Summon Sign is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 121 of Summon Sign, Last Stand Media's weekly gaming discussion or in-depth gaming discussion podcast. I think this is episode 121, by the way. I don't know. Dust can figure it out. Anyways, welcome to the show, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I got two fine gentlemen with me here today. First, we're going to start with Mr. Cognito. Cog, what's going on, dude? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Good to see you. I'm tired as hell. I think we're all operating on fumes somewhat. Yeah. I know I'm hurting. So, but now when I got the call, I was like, man, I haven't been on Summer Side in a minute. We got to talk games. Yeah, you know what I mean? So glad to get the invite. Good to see some familiar faces I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Mr. Lockmort joining us. Lock, what's going on, dude? Good to see you.
Hello. Always nice to see you, Brad, of course. And very nice to see Cock, too. I don't get to do a lot with Cock, so it's always such a pleasure to see you. Such a wise, good man.
Wise, good man. That's true.
Yeah. Always lovely to see you.
Yeah. Much love, always, brother. Likewise.
Cog, I'll get to see you in person, though, in a couple months at Summer Game Fest.
Oh, yes.
So that'll be good. Our buddy Jimmy Champagne will also be there.
Jimmy's coming back?
Yeah, Jimmy's coming back.
The gang is all here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we need Dust is coming? What's up?
No, Dust is not coming. The baby's coming at the time.
That's right. The baby.
That selfish little baby needs all the attention.
The nerve.
The nerve of that guy. But yeah, it'll be really fun. I hope Maddie goes. I don't know. I never know with Maddie. It's a dice roll.
I am pretty sure he's going. Pretty sure he's going. I've been pressuring him too. I'm like, are we really going, Maddie? Or are you going? You know, so we have those talks, but now he's been convincing me. I think we're on track.
Okay, good. Because you guys need more of those in-person Dukes.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Rare. You got to get them while you can.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, thank you both for joining me. Like I said, I'm tired as hell, but I got coffee. Cog's the same boat as me. He's pounding something as well.
Fancy G, thank you.
Yeah. But Lockmort. It's what time is it for you right now? It's like what, 7 or 8?
The sun, the
sun is blinding you right now.
Vampire, yeah. It's 7 p.m.
Oh,
but we had like daylight savings bullshit, so I don't know. I wish they would get rid of it, but they never do. So
yeah, here it's different. I feel like some states have it and some states don't. Here it's very bizarre. I don't know. Really? I wish we were all on the same page, regardless. But
yeah. Yes. So it's very weird when I do shows with you guys and it's daytime because I'm not used to that. And then sometimes during the show, I forget I am on the show. So I'm just watching you guys. I'm like, oh, shit.
That's the editor in you.
Yeah, man. That is editor. Sure. Yeah, man. All right. Hey, before we get into the show, everybody, please support us on patreon.com/laststandmedia. You can get early ad-free access to all of our shows, including Defining Duke, which Cog is the co-host of, but actually hosted the last episode. Well, Maddie is on vacation, I assume, right? He's on vacation?
Yeah, a little vacation. I always do, as many times as I travel, and this man is held me down, and then as far as you always coming to kind of bail me out for the most time. All right, let me get my hosting bag on, and, what I'm saying? Give the boy some rest, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was good. It was good. We had a decent episode, so we'll see what's up.
Yeah, you had Rand and Jez Corden, right?
Yes.
On the episode? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from Windows Central, yeah. So if you want to check that out, them diving into the Xbox, what's going on over there, make sure to give it a listen as well. And Cog, you're no stranger to hosting, though. You host the Iron Lords podcast as well. True. Every Sunday.
True, that is true. The only thing is like, when I'm on LSM, I love being a guest. I'm like, oh, this is great. You
just show up. Yeah, it's great.
I know what you're doing, and I'm like, there's a stress to it. There's a little bit to it. You do a fantastic job, but and thank you for the compliment as well. But yeah, it's one of those things as a host, you really appreciate when you get a chance to guest. You're like, yes,
yeah, it is very nice. You remember the first time you hosted a podcast, Cog? Do you remember what it was like?
Yeah, I remember. It was a little nerve-wracking. I remember.
Oh yeah, big time.
Addict. Yeah, he was the one that pushed me. And when we started Our Lounge podcast, just us two as Destiny podcast, and then he was hosting because I was like, because he kept nudging me to just podcast in general. And then when I finally, kind of did, I was getting the fever of it. I was like, all right, let me try. But yeah, it's a lot. And what I don't do well is, and Locke will appreciate this, like I'm a very tech-centric person, but when something doesn't work, it throws me off. I'm frazzled. And when things don't work as they should work, when you're live, forget it. Like it's So me and OBS are not friends. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's one of those things. But yeah, the first time it was very nerve-wracking at first. But you get over it. You just learn to have fun. You know what I mean?
You get used to it. Yeah. Well, good. Lockhart, when's your podcast hosting debut?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm lucky because I've worked for TV for so long that I don't really get nervous or stuff for like camera because like I said, I forget that I'm in my living room too. Like if you work for TV, I think it's like an extra layer of stress because there's cameras and you're not in like your home environment. But here, something goes wrong, you can always cut it out. It's not live either.
Yeah.
So.
That's true.
But I'm glad I'm not hosting, of course, because I wouldn't be good at it. You both are amazing. I wouldn't be able to do that. So you're both are absolute pros. Always a delight to see you guys work.
Thank you.
It's easy. The audience makes it pretty easy. They're very accommodating for the most part. Of course, there's always one couple maniacs out there, but that's with anything. But for the most part, LSM audience, very cool. Very nice. I remember the first episode of Summon Sign I hosted. I was like, oh shit, man. Because you don't know if anyone's going to like you or not.
Yes.
And all this stuff. Brand new show.
Oh, yeah.
It was nerve-wracking for sure.
You went straight into an episode or you did like a mailbag?
No, we went straight into an episode.
Oh,
straight in. With Colin and Dustin on it.
Wow, that was the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They
into the lion's
den. Deep water, right?
Yeah, right away with the boss.
Yeah, I think Boss was like a mailbag first.
Oh, that's
like,
nice.
Get to know Cog, the new co-host. I was like, okay. So that kind of warmed me up a little bit. But yeah, I give you credit. That's harder. You just jump straight into it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thank you. Well, but, Colin and Dustin were both awesome the entire way through. So no sway, They make it easy.
No doubt.
Very good at inviting you in and making you feel comfortable. So, gotta say, LSM as a whole. When I met everybody here, meeting new people. You're doing a show with them. You never know what's going to happen, but everyone was great. So, shout out to all of LSM and all the community. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Also, everybody, if you want some merch, go to laststandmedia.store. You can get some LSM merch there. I'm going to look at it right now because I know there's some stuff coming up that it's not a secret, but there is a sacred, or no, not sacred symbols, Saint Slayer vinyl coming out. And I was trying to see if it's on this site or anything like that. I don't see it on here right now, but also Saint Slayer, I think, is out today, by the way. Yes. So it just dropped. Colin and the boys at Lily Mo's new game. I'm definitely going to be playing because it looks like a Castlevania game. Not this episode. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I have the game. We all have the game, so definitely looking forward to playing that. Very happy for them. So congratulations, boys. Another game out. Yeah. All right. Justin, 24-hour road and said, "Look, can you tell me the story you told on Constellation about your worst/dumbest day that continues to haunt you? New fans need to hear the deep lore."
Oh, damn. Sure. Well, I'll give you the short version because the long version was like 20 minutes, I think. But I don't know. Yeah, you guys probably haven't heard it either. It's a pretty dumb story. But I think on Constellation, I was on with Micah and Chris, which was a very fun episode to do because Micah and Chris are amazing, of course. And we were talking about our dumbest day. And I think my dumbest day, I talked about the day I started smoking. Because that was back when I was trying to quit smoking, like a year ago, I think, something like that. And here in Belgium, when you do your driver's license, it costs like $1,000. I don't know if it's the same over there, but that's what it costs over here. Like if you do, if you do your test, it costs you $1,000. And in my household, or at least my parents made the deal with me, if you don't smoke before you're 18, because in Belgium, you can only get your driver's license when you're 18. You can't get it at 16 like you guys.
Oh, okay.
but if you don't smoke before you're 18, we'll pay for it. So we'll pay for your driver's license. So I was like, okay. So I didn't smoke until I was 18. Never smoked. But then the day of the test, we had the test at school. There's like the company who does the test. They first give you a course. So they give you a 3-week course, and that's at school. So you can follow the course there, and then you can go to the office and do your test, right? So the day of the first day of the course, I was biking to school on my bike. But I had a group of friends, and we always like to challenge each other, like in Jackass, like do the dumbest shit.
Of course.
And that day, they knew I was driving my bike to the course, so they told me, "You're gonna drive your bike into the pond." There was this little swampy little pond. It's like, well, come on, guys! Like I have to do this course. Like I can't show up like drenched in water. He said, "No, you gotta do. You gave us this challenge. We did it. Now you gotta do this." So I said, "Okay, screw it. I'll do it." So I drove my bike into the pond. I was drenched in like swamp water, disgusting. And then I went to school, and I knocked on the door. I went into the classroom, but the instructor said, like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm here to take the course." He said, "No, dude, you smell like swamp. Go home and change." But I was a dumb kid, 17 years old. So I said, well, screw that. I'm just going to go home. Fuck it. So I went home, and then my dad told me, like, what are you doing home? You're supposed to take the course. And I said, well, no, Dad, like they told me that I couldn't join in. So I guess I'll have to take it next year. And then my dad said, well, I'm not paying for it next year. I'm paying for it now. So you better do it now. So I told my dad, well, screw it. If you're not going to pay for it, then I'm going to start smoking. So that day, that day, I bought my very first pack of cigarettes when I was 17 years old. So on the same day, I started smoking. I didn't get my driver's license, which I still don't have to this day. And maybe well, it's not the worst part, but the third part to it is that a week later, I got very sick. I was like, what is going on? Is that because of the cigarettes, I guess? So I smoked a couple of packs. That's got to be it. But no, because I drove my bike into the swamp, I somehow got mono. So I got to stay home for like 3 months, pretty sick, or a month, pretty sick. And that was also, I basically ruined my life in the course of 2 hours. And I still have the consequences up until this day. Well, I quit smoking finally, but I still don't have my driver's license, which is very dumb. But that's the dumbest day of my life.
That's the story right there.
I will say that is a dumb day. But
yes,
when you're a teenager, you do dumb shit. So I don't know.
Sadly, yeah.
Sadly. Cog, were you ever a smoker?
No, never smoked. I'm a drinker. That was it. But that took a while too, because my grandfather was a heavy drinker, and I remember he would leave like beer and stuff in the refrigerator. I remember one time, sneaking in, like, let me see what this is. Young, cantankerous kid, and I was like, ugh. I hated it. I was like, this is disgusting. I was like, why do people drink this? So for years, I just never understood like drinking or alcohol or stuff like that. And until I got older, and then people put me on to like mixed drinks or a margarita, and I was like, what's that? And then that was the trick with me. You got to fool me with something sweet to like hide the liquor, and then I became crazily addicted to that. So that's my vice now. I got to calm down. I'm a social drink. I don't really drink at home, but that's probably the most of it. And the worst experience, the dumbest thing I've ever done with drinking is Jägermeister.
That doesn't.
That was the worst. That was like blackout bad, and I was like, I'll never do this again. It's disgusting, and I don't like licorice, so I didn't know what I was getting into. So it tastes like, it was awful. I was like, oh my God, I'm never, those days you're like slumped over on the side and you're like, I'm never gonna drink again. It was bad.
I've been there, definitely.
Yeah, sadly, yeah.
Oh man, it's funny your story about the beer in your grandpa or whatever. That was kind of similar to mine. I was at a Pizza Hut, I remember when I was a kid, Cog.
Yeah. And
my grandparents had like a pitcher of beer, and I was looking at it because I just didn't really know what it was, because my parents don't drink. So I had my grandpa was like, "You want to try it?" And I was like, "Sure." And I tried it, and I was like, "Whoa!" When I was for a long time, I was like, you. I was like, I don't want that shit. It tastes awful. So that was the same with me.
Same thing.
It was funny about cigarettes, Locke. I remember when I was like 19, I bought a pack of cigarettes just for the hell of it. And I had, I think, one, and I said, this sucks. And I never bought them ever again.
Very smart. Very good.
I was like, man, so.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. We, try to do health as wealth around here as well. I'm in the camp. Try to do that as well. The hardest thing now from ECOG, make sure you get enough of that protein every day.
Facts. Yeah. That's big. That's big. I got a new trick now. Casein protein at night. Whenever I figured out my problem, I'll have like a wild hunger attack. And when I get like ravenous hungry, I don't care. Whatever, you know what I mean? And I'll make bad decisions. Like I'll eat good during the day, exercise, do all that, but it's that right before bedtime craving snack. And I do too much. So now the new thing is, obviously eating try to 2-3 hours before. But if I do have a weak craving, got that casein protein, mix it with some almond milk. That's been helping me right now.
Yeah. How much grams is in that usually?
About 25. It's a cookies and cream one. I believe it's called Elite. So it tastes good. It almost tastes like a little
it's like a dessert
shake. Yeah, like a dessert. So you feel like, okay, this is not bad. And then obviously casein is slow digesting. So while you sleep, you're still getting protein and stuff like that.
It's really good.
I'm doing that.
My eating schedule is very weird, Cog. Like I don't eat until at least noon usually, and I'm like done. I don't eat anything past like 8. I would say usually.
Doing good. Yeah,
So, but it's like just me trying to cram everything in there. Yeah. It's hard, man. Sometimes I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah, bro.
But luckily, I don't get hungry that much at night anymore. So, because I know, man, I used to get like that a lot. But I feel like if I eat at night, sometimes it's like a dice roll with my stomach if it's going to bother me. So I'm always like, I'd rather not eat if I can help it.
No, you're smart. You're doing the right thing. The problem is with me being a night owl. When the longer you're up, the body wants food. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm not really a night owl. But like, if it's like midnight, I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. Get in bed. I'm not a morning person either. So don't get me wrong. I'm neither. I'm a afternoon person, I guess.
Get up there like nice little afternoon. Nice.
Yeah, I wake up a little early. Well, I mean, I wake up in the morning still, but not like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Obviously, that'd be the most efficient, Wake up, go to the gym immediately or something like that.
Get everything done. There is a good accomplishment feeling of getting it done. I wish I could get up that early. Right? It's tough.
Yeah. I need my sleep though, dude. I have to sleep a lot. I'm not I can't sleep like 3 hours like Lockmort can or anything like that. Well, I don't know if he wants to, but he does. It's just his cycle.
I don't live in days. I live in weeks. That's still last week for me now.
I feel you.
All right, got a wacky writing here from Pair of Shoes. Hello, Brad Mata, Terra Cogmata, and Tides of Lockmort. Let's get back to the real questions. The three of you are lost in a forest that is 500 miles in all directions. Will you brave trying to survive and get out of the forest, or will you give up the other two to get out? The catch is, if you give up the other two, when you get out, you automatically have to perform these 3 services that you cannot get out of. Okay? Number 1 is you have to perform in drag in New York City in front of 1,000 random people, but also every family member and friend you have. Number 2, lather your entire body in butter and sit in a ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese in front of everyone who comes in who comes in for 3 days straight. And of course, number 3, the audience loves this one. Eat 100 McDonald's chicken nuggets on stream in one day. Had to add it in. Stay cool, everyone, and hope your days are grand. All right, so boys, basically, either us 3 are in the forest, and it's 500 miles in every direction. We have to survive and get out, I guess. Or we have to do these 3 ridiculous tasks, but leave the other 2 behind.
Wow.
Oh, you leave them behind. Oh,
yes.
And they can't do it, then, or
it's just like, if we're in the forest, do we have tools or anything like that?
Yeah,
do we have
a lot of
any prep?
Questions.
Like, do we have any like supplies? That goes a long way. If it's just like us in the forest, 500 miles, get out. It's like, we're probably gonna die.
Yeah, we're probably gonna give each other. We're probably gonna give each other.
Probably gonna die. So yeah,
for survival purposes.
Yeah,
well, those punishments also don't seem that severe. Like I do those now
to live. Yeah, yeah, to live. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll eat nuggets. That doesn't seem so bad.
I'm going straight for the nuggets.
Yeah.
That's not even punishment to me. What I used to do was the 20 pack, right? So it's basically
yeah.
It was a 5 20 packs.
Yeah, man.
But it's like them bad boys out, give me some sweet and sour, and we gonna call it a day.
Yeah. I'm gonna say like this list is probably less embarrassing than a lot of people in general that they do out there. So I think it's manageable. I would like to think as three of us, if we have some supplies, we could make it out of the woods. If we have a compass, maybe.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. If we got tools and it's us three together, again, it's the context, right? It's like, are they throwing you? We have absolutely nothing, and then we have to figure it out. So yeah, I agree with you. If you have tools and stuff like that, three of us will be able to figure something out.
Yeah,
500 miles is maybe a bit too long, though. That's going to take a couple of years to get out of. No?
I just looked or just Googled it real quick, and it says to walk about 500 miles, it takes between 20 to 35 days.
Oh, that's
so at least a month for us to get out of there.
Yeah, but what is it? Is it like continuously walking without stopping, or?
I mean, we could take breaks. We can go at our own pace. We could take 2 months to get out of there as long as we wanted.
Oh, that's not that bad.
But it's just like if we have supplies to live for that long, I guess we could do it.
Oh yeah,
it's like
sustenance. Yeah,
I don't want to leave my friends to die.
Yeah,
but it's like, are we gonna have to deal with bears and stuff like that?
Yeah, part two. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, man. But we can eat those nuggies. That's fine.
I'm going for the nuggets, but I apologize. I'm going to have to go for the nuggets for y'all. Urban Cog ain't going to do well out of this surviving.
Yeah.
No car, no. I'm assuming the worst of the worst scenario this person is trying to put us in.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's move on to our first game, which is Windrose. Now, Lockmort, I played a little bit of this with you, but you've been playing a lot of this. What is Windrose? Tell the delightful audience what it is.
Sure. The easy way to describe it is it's basically or literally Valheim, if you've played that. I think you both know what that is, right? Valheim?
Yeah, I've played Valheim. Mm-hmm.
It's literally Valheim plus Black Flag. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That's basically what it is without the cool story.
With pirates,
Yeah. So it's basically a pirate survival crafting game. Very simple, but the execution is wonderful. So it's a typical survival crafting game. You land on a beach, you collect wood, you collect stone, you make an axe, you make a pickaxe, you mine, you make your first weapon, you build your first little base, you put a little storage in there. You keep doing this over and over again. It gets bigger, you keep expanding, you keep upgrading your equipment, your clothes, your weapons. But the difference here in comparison with other games is that after a while you also get your own ship. And when you get your own ship, it basically becomes the naval combat in Black Flag. Or what was it? Other Skull and Bones. That's maybe a better comparison than Black Flag. So it's the exact same principle, the exact same combat system as in those games. So you get your ship, you can shoot your cannons to the left, to the right, or in front of you. Of course, you can upgrade to later on, but we haven't gotten there yet. So you can fire on other ships, get their loot, use it to upgrade your base, get better equipment, etc., etc. It's very simple if you explain it to people like this, because that's basically what the game is. It probably sounds very stupid and very simple, but it's very addictive because there's also a lot of exploration in this game. Like you have all these little islands where you can explore ruins and get like new equipment. There's a little bit of a story too, not all that much, and it's pretty simplistic. But it's fun to learn like the lore of the islands, and there's a lot of stuff about Blackbeard. The leveling is very, very slow, which I personally love. I like it when games do that. So I've played for 15 hours now, I think, and I'm only level 5. And there's a huge skill tree with a lot of skills and endurance and health, of course, in it. So it's really cool. You can play it solo or you can play it co-op. Brett, we were discussing this before the show launched, because at first I played, of the 15 hours I've played 7 hours solo, and I really enjoyed those 7 hours, because when I play games like this, to me, it's all about exploration. Like I want to go over that hill, see what's there. Oh, a new enemy. Oh, a new fort I haven't seen yet, or a new faction, like in this game, or new stuff you can find. Just something new that excites me. The problem is when you play a co-op, which is really fun with your friends. Like we were playing with 2 of our friends, which is really fun. The only problem is if your friends move a little bit faster than you do, like they have more time, you go offline, you have to go have dinner, go out with your friends, do something, and you come back and they're advanced, then you're kind of losing out constantly. Like you're kind of losing out on the discoveries, and the base is already built and the storage is already built, and then here's your new armor, here's your new sword, here's your new equipment. So it kind of loses a little bit of the magic for me personally, but maybe a lot of people don't have a problem with that. So I think I would prefer playing this solo, or just the two of us, Brad. Or
I think it's better with a smaller group maybe for your first time, if you want to experience everything. That is, some people have no interest in building or whatever. Some of the aspects of the game, but I like that. Let me read this before you get into more detail, Locke.
Sure.
The demons won't let me sleep, wrote in. Well, sup, fellas? Question about Windrose specifically, but also generally. How complex is Windrose in terms of the learning curve? Also, what do you think is a good balance? Sea of Thieves is pretty basic, but having too much to learn confuses some of my friends and keeps them from trying.
I would say it's very easy. There's not too much to learn.
No, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, if you've played, it's maybe a little bit of a weird comparison. This sun. It's maybe a little bit of a weird comparison, but if you've played Gothic, like the combat in the beginning is very hard. Like the first enemy you meet is like a dodo bird, and it'll kill you over and over and over again. But then you get a little bit stronger, your weapons get a little bit tougher, like your armor gets a little bit better, and before you know it, you're like mass murdering dodos, and you get boars, and before you know it, you attack other ships. So there's not really a learning curve, but there is a curve in how much damage you do and how much damage you can take. So I think it's pretty easy. It's also pretty self-explanatory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the game tells you, like, if you want to make a sword, you need ore. And if you want to smelt ore to make a sword, you need like a furnace. And so it all kind of ebbs and flows together. So I don't think there's a huge learning curve. I don't think it's on console, right? It's only on Steam.
So yeah, just to be clear, this game is in early access right now.
Yes.
It just came out on Steam in early access, so it's not complete yet.
But I think if you've played Valheim, you have played this game. It's just with an extra layer on top.
Mm-hmm.
Valheim, great game. I think Valheim is on Xbox too, right, Cog? It's like
I think it is.
Game Pass.
I think it's on most things now.
Yeah. So if you enjoy Valheim, I'm 99% sure you enjoy Windrose as well. It doesn't do anything like super original. It's not like the best game ever, or like it's not like the most refined game ever. It's in early access, like you said, but it's fun. Like I had a great time so far. I'll play it more. It's doing really well also on Steam. Like it gets great reviews, great numbers too. So it'll be around for a while. Nice community. So yeah, I enjoy playing it.
This is the kind of game that I always think of, like what PC fans will like crafting survival game.
Yeah.
PC fans love that shit. I mean, we're PC fans, so yeah, we're definitely playing this game. Some of the systems I thought were kind of cool, actually. Like first of all, what I liked is at the beginning of the game, you have a boat very early on, but it's a little dinky, like one man rowing kind of thing. And I liked it. It's like slower across the water. But then later on, you get a bigger ship later on, and you collect a crew throughout. Like the main quest is you collecting a crew and repairing this kind of ship thing. And it's cool. Like I went on your ship with you before I had mine, Lock. And you started having them all sing like in Black Flag shanties. So that's really cool. I really liked that touch. Yeah. But I am annoyed that this is a pirate game, full ocean, everything like that, and you cannot swim underwater. What are we doing here? This is like Wind Waker flashbacks. I'm like, come on, guys.
Maybe that is something, because it's early access, of course.
It is early access, yes. So they could add that.
You're right. You're right, though. That is a very weird, because if you drop in the water, you just drop straight down.
Yeah.
You're like a little bit water.
I'm just kind of like, man, I haven't seen any like wildlife in the water either yet. No. Like no fish, no sharks, nothing like that. So hopefully they add all that kind of stuff, because I would like that a lot.
I think so far there's been there's 4 biomes total. We've only seen the first one. Okay. But I think there's 4 biomes, but the fourth one hasn't been made yet. So there's 3 biomes you can explore, but we've only been in the first one, so we can't really say anything about those other ones. But just to give it a bit of context.
So have you not seen any of the other biomes either?
No, because I think they're on separate maps. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I think. Yesterday I just sailed around to see what else I could find, and I couldn't really see other biomes, so I presume maybe they're on another map, but I'm not entirely sure about that.
Yeah. Okay. I had a good time with you, because there was a part where you and me were kind of on an island together while Justin and Ben were off doing their own thing, like building stuff.
Yeah.
This is what it's usually like. Them staying at home, the housewives get in the house already, and me and Locke are out there hunting, exploring.
The man got to do the real man thing.
Yeah, got to do the real work. But we found this little ruin, and I thought it was just like a very small thing, but I thought it was cool. There was like a couple platforming challenges in it, some enemies at the bottom, some treasure in there, and there's color-coded loot, of course, which I love. I know that speaks to you as well, Cog. As Destiny guy.
Absolutely.
I mean, you love seeing the blues. You're like, oh, baby, now we're getting up there. I haven't seen any purples yet. Okay, that's good stuff.
Why do you think it's so popular?
What, this game?
Yeah, because I was thinking about that earlier. I don't really have an answer for it.
Okay,
it's cool.
so
it's good. But
a lot of this started with Minecraft years and years ago, of course. So that's a humongous game, still is, and people have grown up now who have played that game a lot. You know, people who are playing that game are in their 20s probably now or something like that, I'm guessing, or close to it. And even older people like us who play it were like, this is cool. This is like a kind of like a newer thing, I guess, and it's carried over. And honestly, there's not a lot of pirate games out there. There's Sea of Thieves, of course, which is still going, but you know, it's very old, and we haven't had a lot of new pirate games, and a Black Flag remake is coming, which I'm very excited about.
Yes.
So that's a factor. Like you're saying, Valheim definitely, I think, took crafting games to a whole nother like mainstream level, I would say, and really got in there. And I think this is just a so far well-made game.
Yeah.
Like I have some qualms with it. I think it needs some tweaking. Like I think some of the combat needs a little work and a little adjusting, like feedback that you receive in the game. I think that needs some work. But the core, and I see the vision here, and I'm like, this is good. And I think crafting games have just reached such a wide appeal, Lock, because it is a game you could play completely by yourself and have a really good time. Or you could play with your buddies if you want. And it's $30. So
yes, true.
The asking price, it is early access, of course, but that's a more, people are willing to jump on that a little more easy. They're willing to spend the cash instead of, 70 or something like that.
Yeah, that's
true. I think people just like pirates, man. They just like sailing around. And like I said, we don't get a lot of games like that, dude. So I think it's just scratching an itch. Like for me, I mean, I don't know if it's going to beat my all-time favorite crafting game, which is V Rising. That's my shit.
Oh, yeah.
But I love pirates. So this could be my second favorite once it's all done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also good timing because it's right around the announcement of Black Flag Remake, I guess. So
people are hungry for a pirate game.
Yeah.
And it's different enough from like Sea of Thieves. It's a different kind of game.
Oh, yeah, completely. Yeah. There's no PvP. It's only PvE.
Yeah, there is no PvP. So, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Looking at the footage of it, looks actually amazing. I'm completely.
It looks pretty good visually.
Unaware of this game, so I'm just while you're talking, I'm just watching it. The footage, engine looks great. Like it really looks good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's really fun.
Let me read this from Daniel Ross. Hello to Bradley and the Summoned. Lockmort. In the tide of the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake rumors, has Windrose got the potential to be an overall better pirate game? Thanks.
I don't think so. Because so far it has a pirate skin and it has like the combat of Black Flag, but Black Flag is, to me anyway, the pirate game. It's like the perfect pirate game. And I don't think it depends what the remake is going to do, right? If they're adding stuff or not. I think they are, but it depends what the remake really is going to be. But I think Black Flag is a better pirate game, but this is, of course, a better survival crafting game. So,
it's hard to say. From a narrative perspective, absolutely not.
Yeah. No,
and like character, I mean, you're just a random character. It's like I liked Edward Kenway a lot. I think that was his name at the time. Amazing. And like the crew and all that kind of stuff was cool. And I liked the little island you had to hide out.
Yeah.
And building all that stuff up. But there's shades of that here.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that Black Flag was based in like actual pirate lore too. Mm-hmm. Like all the characters were real, which is real. Well, except for Edward Kenway, of course, which was really cool. And then when you look up afterwards what happened to those people, of course, nothing that happened in the game really happened. But it's cool that you get to interact with these real
historical
pirates
characters
that really existed, which is really cool. There is a story here too in Windrose. Like, I don't want to spoil it because it's a pretty dumb story. Like, it's not. I mean, I can just
say what I've experienced because I'm much earlier in the game, and it's basically. You're on a ship, your ship gets attacked by another crew, which is Blackbeard. They take some shit, and you get washed ashore. Then you got to rebuild everything up, and I assume take them on again.
Yeah.
So
we'll
see.
Yeah. There's a couple. No, I'm not going to say anymore. Yeah, that's.
I'm sure it gets more in depth, of course.
Yeah.
But there's like no voice acting yet or anything in the game. I hope they'll add all that kind of stuff because it feels very out of place. Mm-hmm. But like I said, early access. So who knows?
One more shout out. You already brought it up, but the shanties are the same shanties as in Black Flag, and they're amazing. I love the shanties. Yeah,
they must be based off real songs, and I'm assuming
they are.
Yeah,
got them. Yeah.
But that's so. Well, you were there on the ship when the
that was cool. Yeah, I dug that. Yeah, I like the game a lot. It has a lot of potential. Yeah, I'm not really much of an early access person. I guess I usually like to wait for the game to come out all the ways. But I was like, I'll play it because friends are playing it. Might as well check it out. Especially this show, we always have to have something to talk about. So it was a no-brainer for me. But yeah, if you don't mind early access games, I think this is a pretty good one right now. If you like crafting games, so it might be worth your time checking out if you're interested in that.
And also pretty big, right? Like I've played 15 hours and we played 15 hours. We've barely scratched the surface. So I think you can easily get like 100 hours out of it if you want to.
Yeah, you can probably get a lot out of it, but yeah. Just depends if you get burned out from that stuff. But it was like Valheim. I played Valheim a little bit when it was in early access, and you could tell it's like, okay, this is a quality game though.
Yeah.
And that's still here. Of course, there's tons of stuff to build for your house, or you can build your little house and all that kind of stuff, your supplies, all the normal stuff. There is a hunger meter in the game as well. So you got to keep in mind with that. But I don't think there's like a thirst meter like some other crafting games. So
no.
But it's been pretty manageable. It hasn't been a hassle at all.
Yeah. It's all pretty basic, but well executed, right? Yeah. Like there's no big changes to any other mechanics that you haven't seen before, but it's all executed really well, which is cool, which is good.
I was talking about it earlier, but V Rising, like I said, is my favorite crafting game.
Yeah.
And they had the best crossover possible, which was Castlevania. Thinking about crossovers for this game. Would be sick if they could pull off an Assassin's Creed crossover. Or a Sea of Thieves one even, with somebody.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Disney, yeah.
Yeah, there's like But that would be awesome. I think Sea of Thieves did that, right?
They did Pirates of the Caribbean. I did one of those things, and it was cool, dude.
Yeah.
I personally, I would go crazy if any of these games, well, Sea of Thieves did it, but it could have been better if they ever do like a crossover with Monkey Island. The only there's one game who did that before. Do you know what game? Like Sea of Thieves did it, but there was another game, a big one.
I don't remember. What is it?
Uncharted 4 did it. Uncharted 4 had like a lot of Monkey Island stuff in it. Yeah.
Oh, do you mean like Easter eggs in it, or was it like actual?
No. Actual like
so it was like it was multiplayer stuff.
No. One of the major pirates, like you well, no spoilers for Uncharted 4, of course, but you had the pirate treasure, right? And there's like the pirate lords and stuff. One of the pirate lords is the main character from Monkey Island.
Wow.
Oh, it's an Easter. Oh yeah, it's like an Easter egg. I'm looking it up right now.
Okay. Well, there's a bunch
referencing the secret of Monkey Island.
Yeah. You have like Guybrush in there, like a paintings and books.
Those are games I always wanted to play. I own them, Locke. Because they were like $5 for the entire Monkey Island thing. Usually one of those Steam things. I don't know how many times I've fucking done that, but
sure.
I've always wanted to play those because I never grew up playing point-and-click adventure games.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah,
but pirate stuff, and I know people love those games, so definitely want to play them someday.
Secret of Monkey Island was my first video game ever.
Yo, that was one of my first ones too.
Oh really? Oh, cool.
My first PC. Sure. My first PC game.
Oh yeah. Sure. Yeah. Awesome. Oh yeah. Beautiful game. Wonderful.
When did it come out?
Gorgeous.
1992, I think.
Yeah.
92? Okay. Was this a LucasArts game?
Yep. LucasArts.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, the days of point-and-click adventure. I remember seeing them. What was it? King's Quest was one of them.
Well, those were you had like the Sierra games. That was King's Quest and Space Quest, and those were you had to move with the arrow keys. Those keys. And you had to type in commands. So you had to type in hit 3, and then you hit the 3 and a coconut would fall off. But what Monkey Island did was so special, and it started really with Maniac Mansion, like the first Scum Engine adventure game, was that it was all mouse-based. Like you could use the mouse for the entire interface, and there were just a couple of commands on the screen, like push, pull, use, pick up, talk. And if you clicked on it, and then you clicked on the object, you would do it that way. So you could basically play the entire game with one hand. And then that's when the LucasArts games basically took over from the Sierra games, and it became more intuitive. And then you had, of course, Monkey Island, 7 Max, Indiana Jones. Like, you had so many, Zack McCracken, Maniac Mansion, Dave the Tentacle, so many classics, so many great games.
What was the motorcycle one?
Full Throttle.
Yeah, I remember seeing like, it's weird because, you know, we all experience this because we're old bitches, and I remember looking at games in old stores. Like, we used to look at games in stores when we were kids. But I remember seeing like PC games and just being like, whoa. I'll never play that. And just knowing you'll never play it, pretty much. Accepting it.
Just amazed at the box art. And I'm just like, man, that looks cool. What that is. Yeah. It was like a whole nother world that you go into your EB Games or whatever storefront or whatever it is, and it's a whole section that you don't know what to experience, but other people you know are experiencing it.
Yeah.
All the Tim Schafer games started with Monkey Island.
So he did Monkey Island as well?
He wasn't. Ron Gilbert was like the main creator, but he was like a co-writer, I think, or co-animator.
So he worked on it, though.
I think Monkey Island 1, I'm not sure, but Monkey Island 2 definitely and upwards.
Okay,
or Monkey Island 2, and then he started. What's it called again? His company,
Double Fine.
Double Fine. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Psychonauts. Shout out. Those games are sick, dude.
Legend. Gotta take off them.
I'm so looking forward to finally playing Psychonauts 2. People have been telling me for years that I should play it.
You haven't played it?
No, and I want to. It sounds like a perfect game.
Did you play the first one?
Oh yeah, I loved it. Yeah,
dude, 2 is so good, man. 2 is so good.
Nice.
It's crazy how good that game was. Awesome.
Can't wait,
man. Now I'm thinking about like looking at games in stores like Toys R Us. Remember looking at 32X games and just being confused what it was. I was like, what is 32X? I'm like, what is this? It's Sega, but
of power, clamp on top.
That you can put the Sega CD on there as well, dude.
Oh yeah,
the Genesis. What a system! Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! I was one of those lucky kids though. I had that and Super Nintendo.
I
had both. I didn't have the attachments or anything like that, but I had a Sega Genesis first before I had a Super Nintendo. I don't remember asking for it, but I remember we having it because that's how long it was. My dad said I wanted Sonic or something. That's like when, I guess that's when Genesis kind of like actually became on people's radars back then.
At least truth come out. The deep lore with Brad. Now I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I was going to say this for IOP, but I'm getting some preview.
I had a Genesis. When I got the Super Nintendo, though, I was like, whoa, superior.
I ain't going to hold you. As a Genesis kid, I remember, because again, King would go to the import scene and he would get, the consoles would be a year early and they would come out in Japan before they become Americanized. So he had the Super Famicom, right? And I remember going over to his house as a Genesis kid. He's like, yo, I just got it. You want to come check it out? And he had the launch games. And I believe it was like Pilot Wings, Super Mario, I believe F-Zero.
Yeah.
And I looked at the games and I saw Mode 7 and I said, oh, Genesis can't do that. And I went home very jealous. I was like, man, Super Nintendo looks amazing, bro. Yeah, I was very jealous leaving his house.
But I mean, shout out Sega. I played a ton of you.
Hell yeah.
Aladdin on there.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Both versions are good. Super Nintendo version and the Genesis version are very different, but they're both very good games. Love those. I've told you about this cog before, but I played Street Fighter 2 on Genesis and it was fucking awful.
Oh.
Yeah,
with the 3 buttons.
That was rough. They had no 6-button joystick at that time. Sound was rough. It was a rough time. We saw the difference between ports.
Yeah.
So Nintendo port was lit.
That time with a lot of the classics, though. Rocket Knight, I really loved a lot on there.
Nice.
Of course, Streets of Rage at the time. Played those.
Nice.
And I remember renting Cool Spot in all those weird games.
Cool Spot. I forgot about that.
I had a Batman game on there. It was like Revenge of the Joker, I think. That game was hard as hell. Brutal.
Cool.
But then I got Super Nintendo. I was like, Zelda, Mario, RPGs. It's kind of over. I didn't play any of the RPGs on Genesis, and I know there's like the Fantasy Star games. So I missed
the original Fantasy Stars.
I missed all those.
Don't miss these kids the online. That's cool. But Fantasy Star, especially 2, 4, 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah.
Goated.
That's what I hear. Yeah. I did play online, but much later on GameCube.
That's the new generation. I know.
Yeah, that was the new generation. I didn't even really know about the old ones, but Super Nintendo's what got me into RPGs.
Yeah, they had good RPGs.
Yeah. Did you have a Genesis at all? Or Lockmore? Or did you have a Nintendo? I know you had PC stuff.
I had PC, but a friend of my brother had a Game Gear. That's how I got into contact with Sega. That's my only connection with Sega, really.
Wow.
Yeah, because the
battery was awful.
yeah. But I remember because I had a Game Boy at the time, and the Game Gear had color.
Yes.
But the Game Boy didn't, so I was like in awe of this little machine. But Sega wasn't all that. I could be wrong, but not at least not in my circle. But back then, I didn't know there were other circles than my own circle, of course. So I didn't really know anything about Sega. I knew Sonic from the cartoon on TV.
Yeah,
like it had its own cartoon. Same with Mario, really, because I didn't grow up playing Nintendo except for my Game Boy, of course. So I didn't really understand that there was this whole most people I know these days grew up with like the SNES and the NES. But when I was growing up, most of my friends grew up with PC, Commodore 64, IBM.
Interesting.
So that was a whole different circle. So I think it's always interesting to hear what people grew up with, what games they played. Because Final Fantasy, that stuff that came way later. When I was already a teenager.
Yeah, PS1.
Yeah. So platformers and stuff were like foreign to me. I think my first action game I ever played really got into was probably GTA 1 on PC. Or maybe Tomb Raider. Because before that, all I played were adventure games, really, or RPGs.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
When we were younger, like you didn't know about those other circles, really. Yeah. Other worlds out there.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. And there's still so many I need to get to. I've talked about this before, like all of Sega Saturn, I've like never really played, and there's a lot of games on there I want to play.
We share that.
Yeah. Even some Dreamcast games I still need to get to, like
Dreamcast is so good.
Skies of Arcadia. I've played like a little bit of it, but I've never played like fully on my own. But there's the GameCube version, I guess that's maybe I think it adds some content. So one day, I don't know. It never ends, dude. There's always something to play.
Always so.
Always something. All right, dudes, let's move on to what I've been playing, which is Pragmata.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Good things have been good things.
Yeah. So you guys may remember this game was first announced all the way back in 2020 at the PlayStation 5. I guess it's like their first showcase for the PlayStation 5 where we saw Demon Souls there and all that kind of stuff. And now here we are in 2026. Almost halfway through the year, and it's finally out. So this game has definitely gone through it, and I'm pleased to say the game so far is great. I've really been enjoying it. Capcom continues their run of hits, dude.
Nice.
Glad to say, after living through the PS3 era and all that kind of stuff, when they're Crapcom, now they're Cap Gods, they're back to it. So that's great. So Pragmata, just in case anyone doesn't really know what it is, basically Pragmata is a third-person action adventure game where you run around, you fight a bunch of robots, and you have a robot companion or android companion throughout the entire thing called Diana that it kind of accompanies you. Yeah, people were making a lot of comparisons to, of course, Ellie and Joel, but the one I thought was the funniest and the most accurate is Paulina and Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong Bonanza. Shout out, because she is like a little tiny android that's just on your character's back, whose name is Hugh. And she just kind of hangs out and helps you in combat and all that kind of stuff. So the big hook about the game is, yes, it is a third-person shooter. So think, I don't know, if you've played the Resident Evil games, think about like the Leon sections and Requiem like that. Not necessarily as intense, but intense in its own way, in the sense that the big hook about this game is its hacking mechanics. So basically, all these robots you fight are very strong. They have very strong like shells or armor, whatever you want to describe it. And shooting them will basically do no damage to them. However, once you hack them, it kind of opens up parts of them, which, by the way, looks really cool. The design of these androids and robots look awesome. They are, a lot of them, especially the early ones, are like very humanoid, but they have like very unsettling features about them. Like kind of things are elongated a little more. They look a little more just creepy, I would say, which is good about them. But basically you hack them and it opens up like parts of them, which looks really cool. You can see like glowing blue and all that kind of stuff. And once it's open, they will take a lot more damage, and they have weak spots. Some of them have different weak spots and all that kind of stuff. But all this is done in real time. So this is something you're going to have to balance between hacking enemies out while also they're approaching you and trying to kill you at the same time. And it starts off very simple, very slowly. Like basically how it works is when you aim at someone, you can open up this hacking grid and you can move the grid with the face buttons on the controller. Maybe you can use the D-pad as well. And basically there is a green square that commences the hacking and you want to get to that. But early on, there are these blue squares that if you go through as well before you get to the green, it will increase the damage they take when you hack them and it'll stay for longer. So it starts very simple like that. So you got to balance that and maybe dealing with like 1 or 2 guys at a time. So you're switching off. Then later on, they start throwing in small things to make it a little more interesting, which I think the game does a very good job about slowly introducing new mechanics or new weapons to your arsenal that kind of make it a little more interesting. Something that they add in later is like on the hacking grid, you can get stuff, these yellow parts or these yellow squares that can give you beneficial effects to your hacking. There is the first one you get is these little armor slots. They look like little shields. So when you go through, if you go through this through your hacking process, they will take even more damage, but they're limited. So you can't do it on every single thing. You have like 3 maybe in your slots. You have like inventory slots. You can do like 3 of these things before you run out. But it's of course the resource. You can pick it up again as well later on. Then later on, there's another one that is, hey, this thing, if you go through it, it will hack multiple guys at one time. So if you have them bunched up, you can do it at once. It'll hack them all up. And of course, the weapon you start with is a pistol, like all shooters. You know, you got your little pistol. This pistol recharges ammunition, though, so you don't have to worry about running out of ammo complete throughout the game. But the other weapons you pick up do have ammo. Like the first weapon you get is like a shotgun, which is pretty satisfying. And you can find other guns. You just use it has like 6 shots. You use it, you kind of throw it away. You pick up another one later on. You don't necessarily like you get a shotgun, you keep it through the whole game. It's more so you pick it up, you drop it, move on. So there's that. There's one that's like a charge beam. Later on, I got a like grenade launcher kind of thing that specializes in knocking guys down. There's more like crowd control weapons as well. There's one like a net gun they can shoot and it'll do like an electronic or like electrocuting like circle area and guys get stunned in it. So you can manage all that kind of stuff. There's a decoy thing you can do that puts a little decoy of your character. So they'll attack that. So you get a little breathing room. It all starts off super nice and chill, but then it starts throwing a little more difficult encounters, a little more difficult robots. Like there's these guys that roll around really fast. There's these like giant weird, I don't know how to describe them as like giant babies essentially that are much more aggressive. They'll dive at you. And they have this mechanic where their face kind of lights up. They put like a red shield around their face and you can't hack them efficiently. You have to slowly destroy those things to open up grid spots on your thing to hack.
Wow.
So that's all something you got to deal with. Also, on your hacking on some enemies later on, there's like squares that you cannot go through. You have to kind of like move your way around it. They almost become like little puzzles, but never like puzzles where you like get stuck on something. It's just kind of like quickly navigating your way through. Everything is very snappy, very quick. You're not sitting there thinking about stuff too much. It's just very kind of like frantic, like, oh, gotta move through here real quick, do all this real stuff before I get smacked by this guy. As your character, Hal, you can, of course, run around all that stuff. You have like a sick little dodge, though. If you push R1, it's like a little dash. And there's character progression in the sense that you can upgrade all these skills to your character. You can, of course, increase the basics like your amount of health, the amount of damage you take, the amount of thrusters you have to boost around more and all that kind of stuff. Damage you do with your pistol, all that kind of stuff, the effectiveness of Diana's hacking and whatnot to make it more efficient, deal more damage. So that's a whole separate thing. Then there's other skills like upgrading the weapons themselves. You can make it blueprints of them so you could start runs with them. Like when you go to new areas, you could start with these weapons and all that kind of stuff. There are passive effects you can have, like slots that you can put. There's like a bunch of different like benefits like, hey, if you are 10 meters from an enemy, you'll do 10% more damage. So you have kind of slots like that you can equip different things into, or like, hey, your hacking range is increased by 30%. So you can make like little builds, I suppose. Mm-hmm. So that's a whole separate thing. But you have a HUD you go back to or a home base every time or in between every area. Here, you can upgrade all this stuff. I just unlocked a training course with this little robot guy, which is really fun to do these challenges. You get good rewards for doing it. There's like a little bingo board you have in the game from this guy, and you get coins from it to scratch stuff off, and you get rewards from doing all that kind of stuff. There's like new skins you can get for the characters. Nice. There's items in the world you can find out to bring back to your hub and add things to it. Like, so when you have Diana with you, she's very curious about human civilization. She asks you a lot, like Hugh, a lot of questions about life, and you can find stuff for her. Like I found like a slide, and she'll go down the slide and talk to you about that kind of stuff. There's a bunch of things you can find throughout the game, and doing stuff for her, she'll like be happy and she'll give you a picture that she drew and everything like that. Because a big part of the game is the relationship between Hugh and Diana. It's a huge part of the game and their chemistry together. And I think it works really well. It's definitely like the father-daughter relationship, but it's a much more wholesome one compared to like, you know, The Last of Us does have that between like Ellie and Joel, but she's older and stuff like that. And The Last of Us is, of course, a much more dire world and everything like that. But Hugh and Diana's relationship is very wholesome. And I'm rooting for them. I'm finding myself rooting for them. I like their relationship together, which I think is super important for a game like this. But you are on this base on the moon. And basically how it works is at your hub, there is a tram you can take to different quadrants of the base. And all the quadrants are very different. I've done maybe 2 or 3 of them, but the most recent one I did, and they've showed this very early off in their very first trailer, is basically it's like a replica of New York City. And so you can go through this, and there is exploration to these areas. It's kind of like Resident Evil. Like, think if you guys played, I know you played Resident Evil 9 Requiem recently, Locke. Think kind of like the Raccoon City part of that game where it's like, here, you're here. There's optional stuff you can do. There's optional stuff to find. You go from one section to another section to another section. Like, basically, it's like here, there's this huge door you need to unlock with multiple locks. So you need to go to different sections of this like Times Square replica and kind of unlock new things. But there's chests to find. There's secrets to find. Like, I found a hidden wall basically to find this chest. And the game is smart in the sense that every area you've been to, it tells you what you've missed. So it's easy to keep track of all that stuff. I had to backtrack a little because I got an ability later on to like destroy this rubble that was blocking a lot of the paths. So there's kind of very, very, very light Metroidvania element there. But it's been really cool, man. I've been really digging it. I like the combat. It's really fun. The movement feels really good, which is important. I like the relationship between Diana and Hugh. I really like the characters a lot. It's an impressive game so far. I don't know how long it is. I'm not really sure, but I'm really enjoying my time with it. There's some cool boss fights in the game as well. Some really cool mechs that you're going to encounter, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, man, I recommend it. I think it's a really cool game, especially if you like third-person shooters. You like third-person shooters. Maybe you're looking for a little different flavor with like the hacking mechanic. The hacking mechanic, I want to stress this, is extremely important in the game. It's something you're going to be doing constantly, and I think they do it well, really well, especially within the combat. And there's also just little tiny like puzzles, like rotating something really quick. You have a certain amount of time just to open like a certain door like that. So, and using like the hacking in the environment, you can sometimes like, for instance, I was in this area where I could hack a terminal while I'm in combat, and it would shoot down like fire that you roast enemies with and stuff like that. So there are some environmental things early on in the game with all that kind of stuff. But I'm curious to see where it goes from here, like what new things they keep introducing, because of course they've introduced weapons and all that kind of stuff. But I'm really curious about the story and see where it's going to go, and the gameplay I think is really fun. And I like upgrading the hub, adding new things to it, learning more about Diana and Hugh's relationship and Hugh as a person and all that kind of stuff. And I like all the optional little challenges they've done. Like I said, like the training rooms, I think have actually been really fun. So I dig it. I think it's a cool ass game. So Capcom, well done.
Nice.
Yeah, I heard great things. Adam King got a chance to play and cover it, and I was listening to him talk about it. I was like, man, this actually sounds amazing. It was just so many games just came out in like a short period of time. And one thing, the looker too, Brad, right? It looks, oh my God, it looks phenomenal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm playing this on PS5 Pro because it had been a while since I've played something on my PS5, and I was like, all right, Capcom games are usually pretty good on Pro, especially now with PSSR 2. So I've been playing on that. It looks really good, man. Really digging it. This game is also $60 too, by the way. So $10 cheaper than $70. And it's on everything. It's on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch too. So play it anywhere.
Is the story like, does it get because you said wholesome, right? Which is cool, which is such a difference to most games. Is it like serious enough to take it like to take it seriously, or is it like wholesome in like a video game wholesome kind of way?
It's hard to say because the tone of the game is not like extremely dire, I should say, or depressing. Like there was stuff like people dying and stuff like that, and there was a mystery to it. Like basically you're on this place, there's like a rogue AI, seemingly that's causing a lot of trouble and all that kind of stuff. And like, so you could find like codexes of like holograms of people explaining stuff that's been going on in documents, of course, like Resident Evil games.
Oh, okay.
But it's been serious enough, I should say. Like it's lighthearted in a lot of ways and it has fun, but it takes itself seriously. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, how do I say this? It's not like, what was that fucking game with like the talking knife and High on Life? It's like some shit like that. It's not like Borderlands where it's just fucking dicking around the whole time, which is, it's its own thing. But it does take itself like its story like seriously, but it's a lighthearted. There's lighthearted moments. I don't know how it's going to get later. Maybe it's going to get real heavy. I don't know.
What would you compare to combat like? Like if you had to compare to another video game, like Resident Evil then, or something?
Shooting wise, yeah. Like if you think of like third person shooting, it's like that. Yeah. You're not like roundhouse kicking guys or like suplexing like Leon or anything like that, but the aiming, the perspective, and all that kind of stuff is like Resident Evil. Is there like a cover based shooting or not?
No.
Or is it okay? No, there's no cover based shooting and stuff like that. It's much more about like mobility and stuff like that. Like no robot is like shooting like machine guns at me yet or anything like that. Okay. They have some attacks like some lasers and stuff like that, but you could dodge them and all kind of stuff with the quick like air dash dodge essentially.
And it takes place on the moon, you said, right?
Yeah, it's like on a base on the moon.
Is there? I love this when games do it. Is there something with like low gravity?
I haven't seen anything like that yet. Oh, okay, so maybe nothing like there's no like Dead Space gravity thing yet. So I'm not sure that I've encountered. I'm only like 4 hours into the game, I want to say. So I'm not really sure yet. Maybe that'll come in later.
How, do you know how? Oh, maybe people think that's a spoiler.
I don't know how long it is. I don't.
Okay.
So I have no idea. But I think it's a sick game.
Sounds cool, yeah.
KZ Icon wrote and said, "What's up, Summon Lords? Brad, let's talk about Pragmata. The almighty Cap gods were in the kitchen cooking again. The hack and shooting gameplay flows so smoothly together and becomes such a rush when you get the power cores. While dodging this little area right here, dodging all the incoming attacks as you manage your resources between enemies. Plus, the world environments are fucking gorgeous on an OLED and Pro. The RE engine is easily the best gaming engine to date. Then you have Hugh and Diana. Playing as Hugh, you watch this little creature understand humanity, and every interaction is just disgustingly adorable. Cog and Locke, y'all need to get on this immediately. Unlock your inner dad mode. Thanks and take care."
Nice.
Yeah,
I think I will. It's
a quality game.
Awesome.
Yeah. Capcom's been on fire, man. Yeah, I got to give it a shot.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's a demo out there, listeners. Yes. So if you're curious about it, you're not sure if you want to drop the full price for it, you can check that out and see if it resonates with you.
Do you know how it I assume it's Capcom, so it runs well on PC, I presume.
I assume. I haven't heard. I personally haven't heard or seen anything about that, so I don't know.
Sure.
But might be worth looking up just in case.
Yeah.
All right. Cog, let's move on to Replaced.
Yeah.
Now, Walker, I know you played a little bit of this as well, too.
Yeah, man. I had my eye on it. Shout out to Sad Cat Studios. I've been having my eye on this since its first announcement. And I got a chance to see it maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It was at a Summer Games Fest. And it was just a stunning art style. But I knew, like, okay, they got to work on a couple little things. But the premise is ambitious. This looks really, really cool. So, yeah, it's kind of like, alternate 80s, cyberpunky kind of Blade Runner kind of vibe, very dark. And at first, I didn't know what was going on with the game. But first thing you see about this game that to me is really striking, it's kind of like this 2.5D pixel art. And the thing that's really stunning is like, I've never really seen a game do this, where it's kind of giving this illusion of 3D where the foreground and the background, can be interacted with. And that obviously you go from side to side, but there are sections where the game allows you to go into the foreground or into the background and then continue, your exploration and your combat. The game is absolutely gorgeous. Like, this is one of the most beautiful as far as lighting, ambiance. Oh my God. Like it is stunning to look at, that kind of thing. And so obviously, you start out, you're just trying to figure things out. Something has gone wrong, and we'll just say that, there's an AI or some type of entity, inhabiting your body kind of thing. And while you're going through, you're trying to figure things out. And it hits the ground running. Like it is on. People are trying to kill you. You don't know what's going on. And it's cool, man. It's really cool. So, probably simple as far as you got your basic, jump and, moving from side to side. But as you progress, the game starts to introduce, little things to you. And I think for me was when the combat starts to hit. And the thing that I really appreciated was you have it's almost like a 2D Arkham kind of a dance where it's enemies come from each side, right? But what I like is I'm a guy that likes to counter, right? So if you press on, control the Y and you time it just right, you'll see the counter animation. Sometimes you'll disarm. You have your light attack with the baton, this baton / pistol thing, that you kind of level up. And then as it keeps going, the game introduces more things and heavy attacks. And, it really gets satisfying, especially when you get the executions and things like that. I won't spoil later abilities, but some of the later abilities are really, really cool. The game surprised me that I didn't think it would have platforming. And it is actually platform. You get this kind of little pickaxe and then, you're doing things. And it's really cool. Now, it kind of gives you the illusion that there's multiple paths, but there's really not, that kind of thing. It's really you might go there, you might get a little collectible or something like that, or you'll find something that may increase your health a little bit more or your recharge rate with certain things. But man, I've been really, really loving it. The only bad thing is that I have been suffering from bugs.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, the awful one. And so I got this game to review. I got this game early to review on Steam. And then I got to about chapter 3 and there's a section where you kind of underground. Oh, by the way, this game is if you're an old school head like me, this game is so 80s. Yeah. Oh my God. Everything. To the he's his little PDA. Utility PDA device. Yeah. It looks like a Walkman. Yeah. If you see the background of some of the vehicles, you're like, oh my God, that's a 8. I remember how buses used to look. They used to look like that. Yeah. This is an 80s ass game. It's just it screams it. And I just love it for it. But anyway, what happened to me is I get to this underground section and I'm like, man, there was this beautiful lighting effect, almost like a fog effect. And for whatever reason, it just kind of took over the whole screen that I couldn't see my character. So I'm like, all right, no problem. I'll just load past checkpoint. Yeah. The problem with Replaced is that there's auto saves for everything. And there's no chapter select. And there's no go back to a previous. So, and what's weird is if you get caught in a glitch in this game, you power down, do whatever, the save codes into the glitch. So you can't escape it. So I'm like, damn, I'm gonna miss Embargo. All right, cool. It comes out, on Xbox. I was gonna play it on Xbox anyway. So that was the Steam version that was giving me the problem. So I did the game over. So I'm like, all right, cool. Get to chapter 3, then I'm gonna go. Then I got to chapter 6 and chapter 7. And then I had a new game breaking bug.
No, man.
And I'm like, and it starts when they introduced this amazing, cool little hacking mechanic. And I was just like, okay, why is it not working anymore? What's going on? And then come to find out, I didn't, what I mean? I don't like, dragging a game or doing anything, but I was just so frustrated. Yeah. So I put on socials because I saw somebody in France had the same issue. It was on X, he had the same issue. So I quote tweeted, I'm like, yo, I'm stuck at that same part. And the actual director of the game, he actually got back to me on socials. Oh. And he apologized. He's like, hey, there should be a patch that's coming out. Okay. So you can tell this game came in hot. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing about it. But it's absolutely brutal. The only thing I want to shout out too is that what I love that this game does do is, I'm assuming, Locke, you got to this part, is first of all, when you get into the towns.
Oh, beautiful, yeah.
Remember I talk about the illusion of foreground, background. city density, pixel art characters moving, interacting. There's little quests, there's things going on. It just gives you this illusion of this lived in 2D, 2.5D kind of world. And it's absolutely stunning. So you get to this part where you do these like the mini little fetch quests and stuff. And there's one with this little girl and she wants you to do something with an arcade. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm like, yo, they got mini arcade games inside this game. It's like a Shenmue moment. I was like, yo, this is so cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'm playing like, and I was like, this one game was like a complete ripoff of Frogger. And I was like, I'm here for it. I'm here for this. This is great. But yeah, I'm done. I know. I'm curious to hear how Locke, because I know I saw you on socials kind of like, when you first started playing it, you were like, I retweeted your tweet. You were like, the vibes are immense. So I'm curious about, your experience with it. But even with my mishaps or the bugs, I love the game so much that I was like, damn, I don't want to play Starfield right now. I want to get back. I don't want to play. I was so enamored with the game, Brad, that the bugs made me say, damn, I don't want to play. I'm just going to wait until they finish stuff. Yeah. So I was forced to play other things because all I wanted to play was Replace. But I'm curious what you like, what you experience.
Yeah, I think some games are like high art, and I think this game is high art. Like it's so incredibly beautiful. Maybe you already touched on it. Maybe it's because we're old and we grew up in the 80s, but this game is 80s. Like the vibes, the music too. I think the music is on my playlist already. I love the music in this game. It's like synth, of course, but like very subdued, like in Blade Runner. Yes. I think when you meet the characters, like when you meet Tempest for the first time, the red jacket, like the blonde hair, it's so 80s and everything that it does. I'm very lucky because I didn't get it beforehand, of course, so I had to play it at launch. But mine is bug free because they'd already patched a couple of times, of course. Yes. So I'm very lucky that didn't happen to me because that would frustrate me to no end if that would have happened to me. But I think the combat too has like such a nice weight to it, like you explained, like it has the Arkham style combat, and just like in Arkham, you can feel the hits. Like if you hit someone, you can feel it, and if you counter them at the perfect moment, you can actually feel it. And then the execution animation with the gun, so cool, so gruesome, and then the screen shakes a little bit, and it like counters a little bit. It's just beautiful. It's all pretty simple. Like the combat is pretty simple, but it's so beautiful. That's why I would call it like high art, this game. I don't know. It's not the best gameplay. The story is awesome, but it's not like the best story in the world. But it's just the vibes of this game and like the artwork. It's so beautiful. Every time I play it, it's like I'm in awe. It's like I'm watching a painting, like a 16th century painting. That's how I feel. There's also no lore dumps. The writing is very good. It's very concise. Like it tells you what you need to know. It's interesting, well told. You have your little PDA, which, like Kako already said, so awesome, dude. Like the red lettering. It's so cool. Yeah, it's so cool. So you get the lore, but you get it in a fun way. The little side quests, all the characters you meet. I think Tempest and the Council stuff. They're such interesting characters too. I think they're really well written. They're really multi-layered too. I think this game is it kind of. I think it's sad that it's not getting the attention it deserves. I feel like because I feel like it deserves way more attention than what it's currently getting. And
let me read this from Iwi.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Greetings, summoners. I love to see Replace being so well presented on this episode. It feels like after all the delays, it has been mostly forgotten. I felt like this was supposed to be a big game for Xbox, but on the day of the release, I had to hunt it down on the store. I'm frankly stunned that it wasn't being advertised on the home screen, or at least the front page of the Xbox Marketplace page. This game feels like a sleeper hit, and Xbox should be taking advantage,
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I mean, I feel like every time I see it, like Xbox always tries to put it out in the front, at least in their internal stuff. But as far as, I think he got a good point, as far as maybe external marketing, probably don't see it more. It needs to be a little bit more prominent, in my opinion. Again, the vibe I got when I talked to the developers 2-3 years ago was that it's just a smaller team, right? From my understanding, and that they were like, hey, Xbox was so impressed, they wanted us to show it off, and they were kind of like, hey, we weren't ready yet, because I gave them feedback, and I was just like, look, man, this game, like my only issue at the time was the responsiveness, as far as like, the animation, you got to wait till you finish an animation and stuff like that. And they've improved this game tremendously since then. So yeah, to Iwi's question, I do feel like this is it. I feel more people should know about it. So yeah, like they should have been, in my opinion, marketing a little bit harder. But I don't know what you feel about. Do you feel like you've been seeing it, Locke, or you feel like having this thing? How did you discover it?
Well, there's another problem, I feel like, with this game, and that is that there was another game like it, like The Last Night. Remember? Tim Soray from RTO Games, great guy to follow on Twitter, super intelligent, great developer. But they announced The Last Night in 2014, so 12 years ago. And then they first reviewed it in 2017 at like, I don't know what show, Xbox maybe? I don't know. They reviewed it somewhere. And it looked exactly like this game. Exactly. Exact same art style. It looked exactly the same. But then they got into some hot water, I don't know, cancel culture back in 2016, 2017, you know how it was. So funding got pulled. They got into issues. They had to relocate from France to London. The game got delayed. It's still being worked on, but it's delayed indefinitely. I hope it still comes out because it looks great. But then suddenly, a couple of years ago, this game came along, right? Like Replace came along. And everybody thought, myself included, oh, that's this game. Like they rebranded it and now it's this game. But it's not. So it's also maybe the tale of two developers, and then maybe I don't think there's an issue there, of course. But like you said, they're a small team. They're from Belarus. They had to relocate to Cyprus. Yeah. So they don't have a huge marketing budget either, I think. But it's a little bit weird to me because this game, man, this is the type of game that I would show my friends who don't play video games.
Yes, right? Me too.
It's art.
It's art.
Yeah. Remember Inside?
Yes, I was literally just thinking that in my head while you were talking. I was like, that's another game. And me and you must share this love for these type of games and these styles of games, which we consider artistic expression. Yeah. And when games like this come along, and I remember Inside, I show my non-gamer friends that game, and they're blown away. Yeah. This is a style of game that I would show them a Replace and say, check this out. And I know it would kind of gravitate. And I want to give you a old school. Do you know what it also reminds me? And I'm curious on some levels if they were inspired by. Remember that game Flashback from back in the day? You remember that? It was like oh my God, it was so good. It came out on the Genesis. It was on Super Nintendo as well, but it was like I would say like a cyberpunk kind of a thing, but it was very futuristic for its time and animation. And I feel like there's some inspirations from Flashback in this. And I'm curious if I speak to the developer.
Oh, dude, yeah. I remember this game, Cog. Yeah, it has like Prince of Persia animations. It looks like that almost.
Yeah, this is a little flirting with Flashback on this. And I used to love that game.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing.
Cool.
Oh, it's on Steam. Look at that.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see here. Meatball wrote and said, "Sup, dudes? I'm through chapter 4 of Replace and having a great time with it. The art style, music, and lighting are all fantastic and do a really good job of capturing that cyberpunk feel. The combat animations are especially good. This game apparently had over 1 million wishlists on Steam, but at the time of writing, there's only been an all-time peak of 5,000 concurrent players. Hoping to hear thoughts on why it failed to garner a large audience." I guess we kind of talked about it a little bit, but
Meatball also had an interesting bug. He played on Xbox, and there were no button prompts for him. So I streamed it last week. I think at some point I streamed the very first day it released. I streamed it, and he had to watch my stream to see what button to press. You know, Kaki, you have like the pickaxe where you have to hook on walls. But the game didn't tell him what prompt to press for the pickaxe, so he never knew that he could do that. Yeah, so that's another pretty weird bug. And also on Xbox, on Steam, we've had 3 patches now, but on Xbox they delayed them. Right, that was kind of weird. Like they kind of put them on the back, but what do you know why? Why they did that?
Actually, good question. So when I was speaking to PR before release, in fairness to them, they did give me like a whole laundry list of known issues before launch, right? So and then they said, hey, there's going to be a day 1 patch. Actually, they had 2 patches before the day 1 patch on Steam. And then they said so basically the Steam version is ahead for sure, right? Then, with the Xbox One, from my understanding, that patch is going to catch them up. I guess they have to go through Xbox's certification process, and why it's taking them a day or so or whatever. But yeah, they're definitely, I don't know why they're behind, but like I said, I do get the sense that this game, Actually, he just did this guy. He did an interview with IGN, Ryan McCaffrey, just recently, and he was saying how I guess their background is they originally came from mobile, and he had no initial dream to kind of. He always wanted to make a video game, but he never thought it was in the cards. And then it kind of came together with this project, so that they just went all out. And the vibe I got is they put their heart, their soul, burnt out to the like just getting this thing across the finish line, and then obviously delaying, and they were late. So it's a very interesting story. It's a very cool guy, very humble, quiet spoken guy. And he was a very apologetic. I'm so sorry for the bugs. We're working, we're doing this, but yeah, man, amazing. And I think his game he was inspired by was at least one of them was Last Guardian. He was a huge Last Guardian fan. Yeah, he's like, that game made him cry. He was like, I want to make feelings in this game. And then obviously the whole controversy he cleared up because I think IGN falsely made a statement that the game had AI in it. And he's like, no, there's no generative AI in our game at all. Yeah. Basically what this is this is a story of AI influence in a game and what could happen in this alternative 80s, because this thing is in your head and then you try to figure out what's going on, the whole relationship between character and Warren and stuff like that. Reach and Warren.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that AI, that IGN headline was very...
We'll get into it.
Okay.
We'll get into it. All right, dudes. Speaking of which, let's move on to Sort It Out. A segment where we just talk about stuff we're not pleased with in the games industry. I'm with the diddler here. This is an unfortunate name though for the segment.
You with the diddler?
Yeah, but I agree with his statement. Sort it out to all you creepers saying disgusting shit about Diana. Like, come on. If you see Diana in your mind, it goes to fetish or pedo shit. You need to have yourself checked out. Ooh. This goes double for you creeps who are complaining about Capcom censoring Diana. Just know. Yeah, you guys need to fucking relax out there about this shit. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Calm the hell down. I don't want to see that shit that you're saying. Sort your life out, dude. Sort your life out. The way some people are dealing with this stuff. It's ridiculous.
What are they saying? I'm
missed out.
Basically what he was saying, like pedo stuff about her, saying like if you play this game you're a pedo and stuff like that. Weird shit like that. Censoring her looks or something. Just like a bunch of nonsense. Basically a bunch of degenerates on there. It's like, dudes, you got to get a grip on your fucking life.
So they're saying if you play this game, you're a pedo? Is that what you said?
That's crazy.
Why? Why?
Because it's a young girl, but she doesn't have shoes on. So,
my God.
It's like, dude, come on, you fucking weirdos.
That's weirdo. That's weirdo.
It's mad weirdo stuff. So sort that shit out, you freaks.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Cog, any sorted outs for you this week?
I don't know. I guess my sort out simple. Just kind of like wait for all the information before you jump out the window. I just see it too much jumping out the window and crashing out, and then an hour later or a day later you get a full context on report. And I think some people, we're in the age of the hot take, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just like, and I get it. You want to be first, you want to have the thing, but some people just crash out so crazy, and I'm just like, wow. And then what's funny is when they crash out, there's no accountability on correcting what they if they crashed out on once they have the full information. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm telling people. Sort it out, man. Let's calm down. Let's just wait to get all the information first.
The premature crash outs,
Yes.
Wow. Little much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lockmort, what about you? Anything for you this week?
Disney. Mine is for Disney, because Disney suddenly delisted 13 games on Steam. Normally, I wouldn't care too much because they're kind of shitty games, shitty games. They're kiddie games. Except OG Dark Forces is also on there, and Star Wars Rebellion is also on there.
They took it off?
Yeah. OG's Dark Forces is off of, not the remaster, but OG Dark Forces.
The OG, okay.
Yeah, is off of Steam. But the thing I have a problem with is that they didn't comment on it. Like, they just took them off with no...
Finally, yeah.
Yeah. Like with no, so if the license is up, fine, just say it. But the thing that bothers me is that they did it sneakily. Like they didn't say why. So
ideally,
weird.
They would say like, "Hey, you have like 3 months or something before we delist this. So if you want to buy it, do it now," or something like that.
Yeah,
ideally.
And Usually I like it when there's the OG version and the remaster or the remake to play, but now you can only buy the remaster or the remake, so it's kind of weird.
I'm a fan of having both if possible. I know it's not always possible, but I don't know.
Same.
All right. Let's see here. Colin's gay little cup wrote in, said sup summoners. I don't know the context on that. Sorted out IGN. What is going on over there? Their review of Mouse PI was complaining about ludicrous narrative dissonance because Jack was killing too many other characters. IGN's review of Replaced said in the headline that it's an AI-based game, misleading people into thinking the game was made with AI. Do they have any editors looking at this stuff? Why do we put any weight on anything they say?
Been a rough week. Been a rough week for some people over there. But look, I gotta be nice. I do have some friends over there, and they're really cool. But I'm not excusing the behavior of what happened. Especially the Replace thing is really bothersome to me because that is something you could easily proofread and kind of check if you played the game. Like you would know that it has no bearing on it. And let's be honest, in this climate, you throw generative AI on a game, it's a death sentence.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we just saw an NVIDIA go through that. So you've got to be very careful using it. And I am worried about sensationalism, jumping to a headline to try to get a click. That's what that screams to me. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, when I looked on to see when the Sad Cat had responded, the initial tweet from IGN has since been deleted. So they removed the whole thing. But I'm from the era where it's like the apology has to be as loud as the accusation. Yes. And that to me was unfortunate. That's a small team that didn't deserve that. So they got to fix that.
Yeah.
It's interesting about IGN is because they are so big, so they have so many eyes on them. And I understand mistakes happen all the time. It does happen, but I agree with Colin. You need to own that mistake and make it right ASAP, especially if you're that kind of outlet. But personally, I'm not someone who I don't really take reviews like as holy gospel from most people. So it doesn't really affect me that much, but I know people get hung up on that kind of stuff. But yeah, it is unfortunate. It doesn't look good. There's no really way to defend it from them, but you're definitely going to, okay, let's be honest. IGN doesn't have a lot of credibility amongst, I guess, what you'd call ordinary gamers. Mm-hmm. And I think they've probably earned that reputation on their own in some mistakes they did. And I'm not saying everything they've been treated fairly. I'm not saying I'm sure they've been treated unfairly. It's by a lot of people, I'm sure, but you have fucked up a lot. I don't know what else to say.
Recently, it's been interesting.
Mm-hmm. You've had a lot of drama going on with some of your things. So I don't know, man, you got to run a tight ship there.
Well, it's like the writing said. Like, don't they have editors? Like, that seems like
I don't know.
Everything that happens seems like easy to catch.
Yeah. In terms of Mouse PI, I haven't read the review, so I don't really know, and I haven't played the game, so I don't know either. But you do want to let the reviewer have their opinion about something. But I would think with an editor there, because I know there's a reviews editor. Like I had an editor and stuff like that. It's like they read through your script, and it's like you got to make sure this makes sense. Whatever you're talking about. And I haven't read the review, so I don't really know. But I did see a lot of people complaining about that. So it is one person's opinion. You need to let them have their opinion, even if you do disagree with it. But you just got to make sure it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like they were complaining about cheese puns and stuff. It's like like at one part I read that I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like a ridiculous criticism. But it's like I'm going to play devil's advocate here. And I don't know. I haven't played the game. It's like, do they just do it way too fucking much where it gets like annoying? I don't really know. That's the whole thing. Is like I need the context of actually reading it. So I don't want to judge them or playing the game. But yeah.
Well, it read like somebody who was expecting a different game, maybe. Like he was expecting an LA Noire type of game and not a boomer shooter. Because one of his criticisms was that there wasn't enough noir in it. Like there wasn't enough.
Yeah, that is weird. Complaining about shooting in a boomer shooter, I suppose.
But like you said, it's an opinion, so it doesn't.
Yeah, it is an opinion, but you got to be careful. Like when you have reviewers representing your company, they are representing the brand. So people are going to judge the brand based off that. So, and it's like, I'm going to throw this out there. Yes, I know there's multiple reviewers. I know. Just letting you know, but I don't want to see people like, well, they gave Concord a 7. It had a 6. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. There's different people reviewing it.
Different people reviews, man. Please get locked.
Do you see that Travis? I know he's a friend of yours. Do you see that he wants to re-review Crimson Desert?
That I heard about, because I saw a lot of flack he was given because of his impressions of Crimson Desert the first time, and then I believe because I know based on his sensibilities, he's a big PvP guy, and I believe Marathon got a strong score from him. So the people who love Crimson Desert were not happy with him at all. I
think it's very commendable that he wants to do it again.
Yeah, I think that's very commendable. I was actually surprised because I thought he would, being what I know of Travis, like, he usually kind of stands on it. But I guess my mindset is that the game has transformed so much since its initial thing. Maybe he feels the need to do it. So, I'm actually surprised, but I'm going to see what he says.
Well, that's. Oh, Crimson Desert again. But
go ahead. Sorry.
The game hasn't changed all that much. That's the problem.
You played it. I haven't played. I don't know. To you.
I don't know if people have seen SkillUp's review where he basically called out the bullshit about this game, and one of the bullshit takes is that it's a completely different game now that the patch is dropped. It's not. It's the exact same game. There's a couple of quality of life updates, little updates here and there that make it more fun to play or easier to play, but the issues are still there.
The core DNA is the same. Yeah,
it's still the same game. So if you review it, I don't see how it suddenly can be an 8 now. But a lot of discourse about the game right now is, well, the patch has fixed it. That's why the user scores are so high. It's like, no, people actually played it now. That's why the user scores are high. Like when the game launched, I think last time when I was on Summertime 3 weeks ago, people were really, really mad at me too for saying it's a great game. But it is like, look at the user scores now. Like there's a reason. Yeah, there's a reason they're that high. It's not AI slop and it's not Eurojeg, whatever. It's a great game, polished, a lot of patches, of course, little quality of life updates, but the game itself is pretty great. And a lot of criticisms that are very legit for the first couple of hours also disappear the more you get into the game. So I feel like Crimson Desert is a very unique thing what happened here, because normally it's the other way around, right? Like a game gets overhyped and then it comes out and people slowly sour on it. Well, here, but the complete other direction. The game released, lots of people who didn't play it were hating on it and said bad game, AI stop, whatever. But then people actually played it and discovered like, oh, this game is great. And now it's still at like I think over 100K concurrent players every day on Steam, and it's still top selling, and it's like huge. It sold like 5 million copies, right? Which is which doesn't mean anything, of course, but it's a great game. So I think the discourse around this game is super interesting. It's the same thing. Well, no, it's the opposite of what's happening with Marathon, really, which is also really interesting discourse. A lot of people who aren't playing it are like saying, "Oh, Marathon is woke," or "Marathon sucks," but they're not playing it. So what are you talking about? Like, right? Same thing with Crimson Desert. Like if you don't play it, then how can you have such a strong opinion about it?
You notice a lot of I don't call it hate watching, but it is a term which is interesting when people have so much investment but have not played it or tried it, or almost wanting something to fail or wishing something to fail. I see a lot of it too. Yeah,
that's sad. Like I wish it wasn't that way.
Same. Like, look, if you played it, you don't like it, I have no problem with it. But it's just like I just see a contingent of people who have not put in 1 hour of a gameplay and have the strongest opinions, consistent, and talking about charts and all of this. And I'm just like, when did we devolve into this? Kind of thing. So
where I played the 300-hour game for an hour and it's AI slop and I hate it. Or I played Marathon for a half an hour and it's the worst game ever. It's woke for some reason.
I think there's value in early game impressions for some things. Like there is value in like, hey, I played Marathon for an hour. Here's my thoughts. I didn't like it or I did like it. Crimson Desert, I played for 3 hours. Here's my thoughts about the game, but as like a final verdict, it's like I want the opinion of someone who's played a lot more of the game for me to actually give a shit about your opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Cedric S. wrote and said, sorted out, summon, sussy, bussies. Jeez. When are we going to have the Agent of Chaos himself, David Jaffe, on Summon Sign? Ooh. I know he's a bit much for some, but he's a real insight in how games are made and plays a lot of stuff. I think he will be a great guest and fit right in. Thanks, guys, and keep baking that chicken. I did have David Jaffe on the show a while ago, and I talked to him about Mickey Mania, which he worked on in a game I liked a lot. Played that back on the Genesis COG.
Nice.
And it was cool because I talked to him about the development of the game and he gave me some insight on it. So that was a really cool one. But it has been a long time since I've had David on the show. So maybe I'll have to reach out to him and see what's going on with him.
Yeah, nice.
He is an agent of chaos, but he does have a very interesting perspective on game development. Of course.
Yes. Yes.
It's really interesting to hear him speak about that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I love his takes on games.
Super interesting.
He also plays everything. He plays
everything. He plays games, bro.
Yeah, he does.
He actually plays games.
All right, boys, keep it up. The exact opposite stuff we're pleased with in gaming. COG, is there anything you're pleased with right now?
Yeah, man. Locke would appreciate this. Proud dad this week, man. Saw my boys at the BAFTAs. Warhorse finally got one.
Yes.
Kingdom Come Deliverance finally got an award for something.
What was it for?
It was narrative, which was actually surprising too, because I thought Expedition
would take that.
Exactly. We understand the power of Expedition 33. You know how much I love that game, and I understand the plethora of games that came out, but to me, it just didn't fit right with my spirit that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 didn't win any awards in RPG, especially RPG. You know what I'm saying? And it has a good narrative. Like people act like it doesn't have a good narrative. It has a great narrative. I remember the scene specifically. The one that hit me was kind of like the starving out at the castle. And having to really hold on and being in a game where food and sustenance plays a major factor, it kind of hit different. But yeah, man, it was so cool. They were so proud. Like, I don't know if you saw Toby and the crew, and then obviously Daniel Vavra and all of them. And like again, for me, it's someone who I've been with them from the very beginning. I remember, seeing them as a Kickstarter, and them rise and see what they were doing. I'm like, man, you guys got like realistic Skyrim. This is crazy. And then obviously part 2 comes out and the glow up is what it is. And they were just so confident. They were so, hey man, try our game, knock yourself out. There was no restrictions on it. And you rarely see that from a developer. Usually I go to a lot of these preview events and it's like, hey, it's this one little section here, they were like, here's the whole game. Just go out and let us know what you feel. And I was like, wow, they're confident. They really feel good. So to see, and Toby I know personally, so to see them on stage, bro, it hit different. I was like, that's my quarterback. I was proud. I normally I usually just happy if someone gets a nomination, but it bothered me, Locke, that we went through so many awards shows and Kingdom Come Deliverance didn't come out with anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was my keep it up, Warhorse Studios. You got one.
Especially because that any other year it would have released, it would have not be a clean sweep, but it would have won a bunch of them.
Exactly.
Yeah. But Expedition 33 was just too big, too good.
Of course.
Can't beat it. Yeah.
Yep. Lockmore, what about you? Anything?
Well, a very easy one. Very, very easy, of course. Lily Mo Games, Saint Slayer. Congrats on the launch. It looks great. I only played like a couple of minutes of it myself, but it looks fantastic. I can't wait to play more. I think the reviews are good. I think people will like it. I hope it sells really well. Barry's awesome. Barry's such a cool guy, such a cool, nice guy. So and the team is fantastic. Colin is great too, of course. So I hope it does amazing. Everybody says it looks amazing, so I hope it does really well. But congrats on the launch. That's amazing. Amazing to launch such a beautiful game.
Yes. Salute Cool.
Yeah, I echo that. Yeah, that was gonna be mine as well. So congratulations, guys.
Sorry.
No. Nice. It's totally fine. We can share it. I'm looking forward to playing. I'm looking forward to judging it harshly.
That's good. I like that.
All right. Because I want to talk about it on the show. I just need to get to it.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Ninja DC wrote and said, "Hello, Summoners. I just want to give a keep it up to 8-bit dough. I just picked up a Switch 2 before the inevitable price hike and got a Pro 3 controller from 8-bit dough in GameCube Purple, of course. The ability to turn the back triggers on or off was an unexpected bonus when dealing with GameCube classics. In an age of increasing accessory prices, they offer some quality alternatives, including options for my preference to play Switch 2 with symmetrical PlayStation controls. Sorry, not sorry, Miyamoto. Control sticks." That's funny. Yeah, I had an 8-bit controller that was like a Super Nintendo one.
Yes,
back in the day,
I had that one too.
I played some retro games on. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
Yeah,
GameCube Purple, also great color.
Mm.
Florida Man wrote and said, "Keep it up, Capcom and the RE engine. An engine that puts Unreal Engine 5 to shame with its optimization sometimes. Did you not play Monster Hunter Wilds? Cog, sorry about your Mets struggling this season."
Yeah, try not to talk about it. I don't want negative things on my spirit. So when the Mets do what the Mets do, it's like they don't exist.
All right. Time for a little glazing sesh here. Crafted Picard wrote and said, "Sup, fellas. I want to give a keep it up to Locke. Locke, you talk so passionately and eloquently about games, and I always want to play whatever game you recommend. No one else in gaming media gets me as excited to play something as you do. It's always a little dangerous, actually, since it usually ends up costing me money after you're on a pod. Lately, you've convinced me to play The Witcher 1, 2, and 1 and 2 before 3. Now I'm sure you'll get me to play Replaced or something."
Oh, that's very, very kind of you. Yeah, that's so nice of him. This is the best comment you can get. I love that. That is very touches me in all the right places. Well, that's but in a good way. Yeah.
Lockmore is our own little slice of Eurojank.
Yes,
we won't have it any other way.
Well, that's the one thing that I need to get out. I don't know why people like every game I recommend now is it's Eurojank.
Those are just the games you love.
Yeah, well, those are also the games I love. But I mean,
that's your shit.
Baldur's Gate 2 is not
only
Eurojank.
European, so
sure.
We automatically have to associate you with Eurojank.
Well, yeah, but got to be careful because there are also games that I recommend that aren't Eurojank. Because there's a bunch of people who hate Eurojank too. Mm-hmm. So got to be careful that they don't think that every game is like Replace is not Eurojank.
I'm not saying every game you like is, but you are Eurojank to me.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Rough around the edges, but delightful.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you. But thank you very much. It's very kind. Very lovely. Yeah. Thank you.
You are Gothic, the game.
Sure. Pretty much. A remake soon? Yeah,
remake soon. I'll be playing it, Locke. It'll be my first Gothic game.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
See, Locke, you've gotten me into more Eurojank stuff, dude. You've gotten me excited about playing those kind of games.
Well, I think that's the beauty about this show, because you got me to play Final Fantasy VII Remake and some other games and Maddie, Cog, you too. I think everybody influences each other, which is really good. Yeah. Really fun.
That's a big goal of the show, is to get listeners hyped about other games maybe they wouldn't consider.
Yeah, it's really fun. And the listener or the audience recommendations are always cool too. Like I always learn new stuff there too. That's really cool. Mm-hmm.
Let's see here from Colin Moriarty, the doppelganger, I'm assuming. Hey guys, I want to issue a late and random keep it up to Brad. Look at my glaze session now. Around 6 months ago, you recommended the band Chon, and I've been hooked ever since. Bubble Dream and Story are absolute bangers. Do any of you boys have primarily instrumental artist recommendations? P.S. I also started listening to the album Sing the Sorrow after you recommended it, and it's fire. Hell yeah. One of the best albums ever. All right, boys, are there any instrumental bands that you guys like?
What does that mean? Is it only
just like bands, like there's no vocals?
No vocals.
Oh, I don't know. At least
could be like an EDM thing, jazz thing, classical music. You want to recommend that Beethoven? That Bach?
Oh yeah. All the Beethovens.
Yeah, you can do those. Yeah, check out that guy Beethoven. He's pretty good.
The Replace soundtrack, beautiful.
There you go.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, game soundtrack's totally fine.
Yeah, that's literally about the only instrumental thing I listen to as well. Because like that's the geek in me. I'm like, it's got to be video games, and I just kind of went down this whole nostalgic period with the creator of Double Dragon and
Oh, right, because he just passed.
Yeah, Kunio, passed. I was like, man, this hits different. So yeah, I went down that path with that. And Tim Wynn, shout out to Tim Wynn. He's done a lot of instrumentals for games that I love. Midnight Suns, XCOM, a bunch of stuff. Very heroic themes, you know what I'm saying? You know, kind of thing. You're getting your squad together, and it's very uplifting. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out to the guys at KCD. I was listening to. They have a new. They finally added my favorite pub and what you call it themes, like when they got the little
going.
Yeah. I was like, I love those things. I was like, it's like two themes that was driving me crazy that were not on the original soundtrack. So I hit up what's his name, John Volta, I believe his name is, and then Adam Spoka, who are both co-produced the amazing sound. Oh my god, soundtrack, orchestral. This is, but it's those little pub themes. I love them, and I don't know what that instrument is. Locke, is it a flute? Whatever that thing.
The flute, yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. Yes, I was like, "Where's that joint in the bar?" You know what I'm saying? And I found. I was like, "Yes, it's out now." So that I recommend that to go get that Kingdom. I think it's called Pubs and something. It's like it has a whole name of it that is themed around it. So it's funny.
Are the little like blacksmith whistles on there too? Because I love those as well. They're on there?
They've got everything that I thought was missing. It's on there. So yeah, go. It's on Spotify. Oh yeah, I was on that joint quick.
Awesome.
Immediately.
You know what, Cog? In the future, I really want to do an episode that's like music focused in games.
Hell yeah!
And I know that's kind of your joint too.
Bro, I fight the good fight for them, man, all the time. They don't get enough credit. They're the unsung heroes of the industry, and they add so much to why we like certain scenes, the emotion that it evokes out of you. Like, bro, when I was listening to Final Fantasy VII remake, going crazy just then, right? Like, when that "Let the Battles Begin" hit, it goes. I'm telling you, it just puts you in a place. You know exactly what you're doing when it hits, and don't let us get started about the Sephiroth. When that hit, come on, man. There's certain things you know exactly the time and place. That's the power of music. And I think video games, they don't get enough credit because usually the budget is like left a little small to do this. But things have improved those tremendously over the years.
True.
Yeah, there's a few franchises which I think is really cool that you associate a person with, like from the soundtrack. Of course, even though he's not doing it anymore, but like Mick Gordon with the Doom games, the newer Doom games. Of course, Nobuo Uematsu for Final Fantasy, Koji Kondo for like Mario and Zelda. And one of my personal favorites is Yoko Shimomura, she's done Kingdom Hearts, but she also does stuff like the Street Fighter 2 soundtrack's her.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh, that's legendary.
She made Guile's theme. That's right.
One of my favorites is that and the Ken theme. That joint goes hard.
Yes. Dude, that soundtrack is so good.
Salute.
I mean, it's like the meme. It's Guile's theme goes with everything is kind of the meme.
Yeah.
And it does. Yeah, it just works. In terms of kind of like instrumental bands for you, Fate Colin Moriarty here. One that my dad showed me when I was very young is this band called Tribal Tech. They're more like a jazz rock band, jazz rock kind of thing. So you might want to check them out. Also a heavier kind of band. Not like ridiculously a bit heavier is Russian Circles. They're pretty cool too. So you might want to check them out. Fun story. Cool. The singer of that band bought me a shot one time. That was sick.
That's a story.
Nice. Nice guys.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. I forgot to put a game recommendation here from the audience. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let both of you just recommend a random game to the audience. Anything that you think they should check out.
Oh, I have an easy one.
Yeah.
If you pre-order Gothic 1 Remake right now, you get Gothic 1 the original for free on PS5. I don't know if it's the same on Xbox. So you could technically play Gothic 1 OG right now on PS5.
Okay. Do you know if it's a good version on PS5?
No, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to. I know you get it, but I don't know if you can already play it. I know you get.
Okay.
Let me check really quick. You guys go.
Well,
ahead.
We could say regardless, Gothic, the remake's coming out. Keep an eye on it. Or if you want to play the original, you could probably play it on Steam, I assume. But of course,
checking. Yeah. Okay, so free demo.
Stand by.
Yeah.
Stand by, listeners.
PS5.
Yeah, but
It's
We're letting
coming.
them
It's
search
coming.
in real time.
It's coming. This is not stressful. This is not stressful. Okay, so it includes a free copy of Gothic.
Okay.
Of Gothic Classic, but it doesn't say
if it's out
grants,
now.
No. It grants immediate access to Gothic Classic on PS5.
Okay, well there you go. So you can check it out.
Yeah, so you could be playing Gothic 1 right now on PS5.
How many Gothic games are there? There's 3 at least, right?
There's 3 main games and then a bunch of
spin-offs,
sides. Yeah, side games.
Gotcha. All right, Cog, recommend them one game.
Yeah, man. Again, keeping with the theme of respecting, rest in peace, the legendary Yoshihisa Kishimoto, who again, one of the creators of Renegade, creators of Double Dragon, Kunio-kun series. And if you remember, if you were a kid in the arcades, you love WWF wrestling. He was also behind WWF Superstars of Wrestling and WrestleFest, which are arcade classics. So highly recommend. And I would say you could say that he is literally the godfather of the beat 'em up. So Double Dragon changed everything. I remember in the arcade, 2-player, the way punches and kicks and then throws and just is amazing. I think you could play an arcade perfect version of it on the Switch 2 in the game archives. I know I was able to.
Oh yeah.
So it's there and it's perfect. So I was just playing it and I was like, man, these are the good old days. I miss Double Dragon, man. Yeah, classic stuff. So
dude, Cog. This reminds me. Did you see the Neo Geo that's coming out? Are you picking that up, dude?
Working on trying to figure it out for King because he's the only person I knew in my whole life that only had afforded it and had it in the South Bronx. So we saw it and we were like, yo.
Yeah.
So I'm working this angle. I'm trying to figure it out for him because that's literally one of his favorite consoles of all time. That was arcade perfect before arcade.
Yeah, it was
perfect. Yeah,
dude. Plays the actual cartridges too.
Yes,
those big old bitches.
Encyclopedia looking, dictionary looking things.
That is cool.
My God. And it was the only arcade that you took a memory card if you were rich enough to have the console. You could play and keep your data and go back and forth between. So it was amazing.
Yeah, damn, it's crazy. Yeah, because there's a white one that comes with Metal Slug, which I fucking love Metal Slug, and there's the black one. That thing comes with nothing.
And plays the original. He just shot the market up, bro.
I know, and I'm like, those aren't cheap probably already. Like, I mean,
the fact that it plays the original Neo Geo cartridges as well is a huge.
That's really sick.
That's sick.
Let me see. I'm gonna look on eBay really quick for some Neo Geo games. See how much they're going for.
Soft told me it's crazy right now. The market.
Well, this is a ridiculous one right here. Samurai Showdown 5 Special Neo Geo English. AAS SNK Authentic Complete. $4,100 for that.
Whoa.
Welcome to the new market. Yeah. I wonder what it was a month ago. 2 months ago.
Yeah, you're probably spending probably $100. I'm imagining per thing on average. But they are sick, dude. Shout out all the SNK fighting games on there too, dude. Woo.
Oh man, so good.
So good.
Oh yeah. Fatal
Shout out
Fury.
King of Fighters in '98.
King of Fighters.
That was the one I played the most.
Ooh, classic.
All right, guys, let's do the next segment, which is Let's Be Friends. Basically, if you're looking for someone to play games with, or just, you're looking for people to check out their trophies, their achievements, this is the segment for you. Gutters wrote and said, hey, Summoners, any other Aussies out there? Let's be friends. My PSN is Gutters_, but most importantly, my Bungie ID is Gutters_9923. Would love to find some LSM friends from my part of the world to play Marathon with. All right, so PSN once again is Gutters_, and his Bungie ID is Gutters_9923. So there you go.
A little tip for him on the LSM Discord. There's a marathon.
There is a marathon thread,
which is
and
very,
it's very active. People are always squatting up, which is very cool.
Yeah, and very also nice. Meatball, who wrote in earlier, is always looking to teach. He's very good at the game. He's always looking to teach new people the ropes. So
people are very friendly in there. When the game first came out, I hopped in randomly with some guy and just played with him. Oh, Cog, you're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, shout out to Astro Parrot and shout out to my boy Jimmy, Gated JV. They play all the time as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you gotta put this. So there's a gutters, 2 S's, and an underscore. Okay, I got you down now too.
There you go. All right. Cole wrote and said, "Greetings, lads. I am looking to add some people on Steam for friends. Right now, I am playing Arc Raiders and Windrose. His Steam code is, so this is a number. This is the Steam code, 168397985. I'll do that one more time. A little slower this time. 168397985. And his Steam name is Cole, Cole HD. So that's all one thing. Cole HD. There you go. So if you're looking for some friends, you right into this segment.
Nice.
All righty. Lockmort, got another one for you. Tides of Tomorrow. What is this game?
Well, first, before I talk about the game, I have to give a little shout out to my wonderful good friend and person who has already been on the show twice.
Yes.
Simon, or Simon Zeilemans, as we say in Dutch.
Simon.
Because Simon did something really cool. Well, I had to work for it too, but he did something really cool because he hired me as a writer for his magazine, as a reviewer. So I'm Games Media.
You're a games journalist shut now.
Let's go.
That's right. Just to be clear, I'm still looking for a job. It pays like nothing. It pays absolutely nothing. But it's very fun to do, and I appreciate it a lot. Simon's so awesome. He's a great guy. So because of my very first review for Power Unlimited, that's the magazine. So if you live in the Benelux, that's the Netherlands, Belgium, or Luxembourg. I don't think that we've ever had a person write in from Luxembourg, but you never know.
Not that I know.
If you're in Luxembourg, get the magazine, Power Unlimited. Great magazine. I've been reading it since I was a kid, so it's mind blowing for me that I'm now in it for this edition at least. So, but the first game I got to review for Power Unlimited, the magazine, was Tides of Tomorrow, which releases an hour before this. It releases tomorrow, but the embargo is up when this show goes live.
Yeah.
So I can talk about it at least. I asked him, can I talk about it? He said, yes, you can talk about it because the embargo is up while the show goes live. Have either of you ever heard about this game, Tides of Tomorrow?
I remember seeing a trailer of it at some event.
Okay. That's something, because I heard about it years ago, just like you said, like at some event or something. I saw like some trailer anywhere, but when they gave me the review code, I was like, oh, I have to look this up before I have to play it now, of course, but I also have to look this up. And when I looked it up, I was like, oh yeah, that's this game, because the art style looks almost identical to Sea of Thieves. It's like cartoony, but not in the Fortnite kind of way, but in a fun, beautiful kind of way. But what is it? It's basically a Telltale adventure game with a very cool twist. It's made by DigiX Art, who previously made Road 96. Have you ever played that game?
Oh, I've heard of that. I haven't played it.
Heard of it.
Pretty great game as well. So it's a Telltale adventure. You know what a Telltale adventure is, right? Like you make choices at the end of the game. A lot of choices and consequences. And then at the end of the game, you see the choices the other players who also play the game made, right? But this game, Tides of Tomorrow, does it differently and way better and way more interesting. The story is you play as a Tidewalker. It takes place on the planet of Elind. And Elind, the planet, is basically after a catastrophe, kind of a mystery. The whole planet is underwater. So you're basically playing in Waterworld, like the movie. There's little platforms everywhere with like cities and other stuff you can explore. But the whole world is underwater. And the population is rapidly going down because everyone is suffering from a disease called plastemia. It's not very subtle. The topic of the game is not very subtle, but it's a disease that slowly turns people into plastic. There's pollution everywhere, of course. But you have a little meter at the bottom of your screen. And if the meter reaches 0, you turn into plastic. The plastemia takes over. So throughout the game, you have to go look for a medicine called ozone. And if you take ozone, it basically fills the meter back up. Right? So you have to, it's kind of a little bit of a survival element to it. Like you have to find enough ozone to fill up the meter. But other characters in the game, of course, also need Ozen. So you meet other characters who are maybe more sick than you. What do? Do you give them the Ozen? Do you not give them the Ozen? There's a lot of mini games in the game, so you can earn more Ozen. There's like races, boat chases. There's storms you gotta evade. You basically spent the entire game on your little racing boat. You race around the ocean. Of course, on platforms, you can walk around and talk to people. And the whole game is about choices and consequences, like every Telltale game, right? You make one choice, we'll remember that. The game changes, the story changes a little bit, and your choices are what make your story so unique, right? The special thing about this game, which is really, really cool, is that it's not just about your choices, because other players came before you and they were actually in this world. So let's say I'm playing a game and Brad played it before me, right? Ooh. I get to the city and the guards seem to know me. It's like, wow, I haven't been here before. But because another Tidewalker that looks exactly like me, named Brad, was here before, they think I'm Brad. So, and Brad maybe stole a bunch of shit. So now the city guards are angry with me, and there's more guards patrolling, and they're hostile towards me, and I have to find another way into the city. So at the start of every little hub area, you choose which player you want to follow. You get this list of Tidewalkers, which are other players, could be your friends, could be randoms on Steam or on PSN. You pick who you want to follow, and the choices that player made impact your game, which is a really cool twist on the Telltale formula. Yeah. So what happened to me, for instance, I got to this city, and Beard Beer YouTube, I looked it up afterwards, is a YouTuber. I randomly followed him in the game. Mm-hmm. He became somewhat of a hero in this city. So when I got to the gates, they were very happy to see me. They welcomed me. And then at some point I had to race. In the main story, you have to do a couple of races. I had to race. But what I didn't know was that Beard Beer YouTube was so revered because he was a wonderful racer. So I had to beat Beard Beer YouTube's racing time to complete the quest, which I couldn't do because he was way too good. He was way better than I did. So other players really impact your game, and that is not just the coolest thing, because the coolest thing is that they can deceive you, which happened a bunch of times to me. There was this other guy I followed who also reviewed the game, I guess, called Jimmy the Cobra. And at a certain point, Jimmy the Cobra, if you press R2, if you're on Xbox controller R2 or PlayStation 2, you can see a vision of what the other player did. So at certain points, there's like little dots in the game world. You press R2 at those little dots and poof, you see a vision of what they did there, right? So I saw this little vision. There were two guards guarding an entrance. And I saw them ask Jimmy the Cobra for a password. So I pressed R2. And Jimmy the Cobra gave them the password, so I figured, now I know the password. Thank you, Jimmy. So I talked to the guards, I gave them the password, and they said, no, we paid Jimmy to show you a wrong password, and we gave him free stuff to deceive you. So like, so the game incentivizes other players to deceive you so they get Ozen and can live longer.
That's wild.
So yeah, so it's a really cool mechanic that it's a Telltale game. It's a single player game, of course, but it's really a multiplayer game. Mm-hmm. You can play it offline. There are set storylines, of course, and the story still changes, of course, according to your choices, because don't remember, there's also people coming after you, of course, so you impact their game. So for instance, there was one Pleasure Land, it was called, a little bit of a deceptive name, I guess, but it was like a theme park filled thing, and I fucked that place up. Not in a combat kind of way, because there is no combat in the game. It's an adventure game, but I made all the wrong choices there. People hated me. So the person, and I stole all the loot too. So there's nothing there left to find for the person who comes after me. So the person who follows me in there, it's going to have a bad time. So he has to rectify all the mistakes I made. If I, for instance, stole or bought all the Ozen from the store, there's none left for the one who comes after me. So you really got to take into account what type of player you are. Are you a bastard? Are you do you play it with a kind heart? I started out as like a kind one. So, because I wanted to help the people who came behind me until I got to Jimmy the Cobra section and I realized this bastard lied to me and deceived me. I'm going to do that too. And from there on out, I was kind of shifting between the two. But it's really cool. It's also worth it to play through it twice. It's not a very long game, between 10 to 12 hours. I do have to say the story is a bit too simplistic, maybe. It's maybe aimed towards, I don't want to say kids, but it's not really there's not a lot of people dying gruesome deaths, let's say. There's no
it's more lighthearted.
Yeah, it's very lighthearted. It's also not that deep. Like the characters you meet, there's only a handful of them, and the ones you meet, they keep reappearing throughout the story, but it's not that they have like a dark past and like multifaceted personalities. It's all pretty simple and straightforward. But it is a pretty interesting story. It's fun. The gameplay itself is lacking, I have to be honest. Like, you basically just press forward, R2 or X. Those are all the buttons you use, and then the visions. So it is pretty easy too. That's why I think maybe it's more suitable for a younger audience. But the mechanic that they basically invented here, I think, like the new iteration of the Telltale formula is great. I can't wait to see what this formula does in another game. Like if this is in a Game of Thrones setting, for instance, I'm just spitballing here, like, or in any other setting than the arena where it was set in now, could be really cool. I don't know what they'll do next. I don't know what the game will do. Because it releases tomorrow on the 22nd. So I don't know how it'll score. I don't know how it will sell. I don't know if people are interested in it, but I hope it does well so that we get a sequel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my time with it. There were issues with it. Like I said, like it's so moralistic story, like one-dimensional characters, very light on gameplay. But that one gimmick is really cool. It's also, it doesn't overstay its welcome. You can finish it in a day and a half. So yeah, good game. I gave it between a 70 and a 75. So good game, not great, but it has the potential to be great in a sequel.
Yeah. Cool. Very nice, dude.
Sounds really good. I usually like those type of games too. So when they try to put a new spin on the formula, I like that, interacted what you said based on what other people are doing. And that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I think the only other game that try to put a new spin on that formula that I like. Yours sounds better. This sounds amazing. Was it Tides of Tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
The only other game that tried to put a spin on the formula in those type of games that I really liked was it's called As Dusk Falls. And what they had was cooperative. You could play with friends and make decisions. And then what I like is they would show you the paths of where it could go and the percentages of what the community was doing. But yours sound even more interactive because it's like affecting this. That's dope. I gotta check it out. I like games like that.
Cool. Oh, of course, because it works like that, the choices that you make are not as sprawling as they could be in other games, right? It's all very A or B type. But it is cool. It works. And the part where I got deceived really took me like, oh, they can do that, but they can with me like that. It's filled with cool little moments like that. Cool. There's a lot of that.
Nice. Right on, dude. And your first official review, dude. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, first official review in an official capacity. Yeah.
How long until you get hate for your review score is the question.
Right away, because the game is probably going to get 10s out of 10s everywhere. I scored it way too low. Or the opposite. I scored it way too high.
Yeah, that's when you know your reviewer, that feeling.
Hey, but now I know you can just re-review a game, so no problem, right?
Oh, man. I got to get on the people's good side. Re-review it. Messy. All right. COG, final thing we're going to be talking about here today. Starfield, Terran, Armada DLC. The PS5 version of this game is out now, and it came with the new DLC. Oh, yeah, I heard it's not great on PS5 is what I've been hearing, right?
Yeah, I feel so horrible. Like, first, let's just get the elephant out of the room, but that's inexcusable, especially with how long people had to wait for this game. And I don't know who said finished. Like, I don't know what's going on with the QA, the quality assurance department, because from my understanding, the crashes were so bad, you couldn't go without 20 to 30 minutes without people crashing to dashboard. I know Addict actually had issues on Xbox. Now, for me, knock on wood, I didn't have crashing issues. I think on the history of me playing this game, and I've got maybe about 8 to 10 hours. And I'll tell you, like actually 10 to 12 hours on it. I only had one crash. Right. The issue I had was the initial quest to jump off the Terran Armada, where you have to go into the ship and you have to get these batteries, and then it gives you the quest marker as far as which batteries to put in. And I had it, and then the quest would not advance. And I'm like, what is going on? But luckily, unlike Replace, I was able to go back to an older save. And then that kind of, fixed the issue for me. But yeah, so I heard now since then, Bethesda has now put out a tweet maybe about last week saying that, a patch is coming or has come. I don't know if PlayStation you guys have got the patch now, but I can just speak to me, my experience on Xbox. Outside of all the bugs or patches and stuff that's going on, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with Terran Armada. Is this Starfield 2.0? No. This is... If you like Starfield, this is more Starfield. And I will say, though, the free lanes update adds so much quality of life that I wish this was at the base Starfield launch, because it's a game changer. And for me, I think it starts off with the fact that the actual free lanes, actual cruise mode. So basically what it is kind of like, one of the biggest criticisms of Starfield was like, okay, loading screen, or, instead of going from planet to planet, you're launching into the cinema, into the thing, and then you're landing and you go. Now, even though they still have some loading screens, you can still play that old school way. What Free Lanes does is now say, okay, I see that destination. And then when I put the game into Free Lanes mode, the cruise mode, now I can No Man's Sky and actually travel to the different planets within that solar system that I'm currently in. And you get the sensation of speed. You get the sensation of closing distance. Now, the difference is, though, when you get to the planet, then it goes back into the regular mode, and then you go into the, the cinema. So you can't No Man's Sky all the way through down to the surface as some seamless, transition. But you finally can travel in space. And the cool thing that, like, for the people like me who are like, big sci-fi, Star Trek-y kind of guys, like I'm a guy that have like 6 or 7 people on my crew. I'm doing things on the ship. So you could set the destination. And if it's and then I have like my workbenches, I got stuff, and the game will let you know when you have arrived at the thing, and it's traveling in real time, and it's showing you the distance and stuff. And then now it comes down to the new stuff that they've added. So Terran Armada pretty much is this crazy robot threat that is going on there. They've been like this secret faction that's been in the galaxy amongst the others. You have the UNC and I forgot the other guy, the Freestar Alliance and all these other guys. But this has been a threat, and you're trying to figure out what's going on. They introduce 2 new companions. There's a lot of AI themes in this, because one of them is this AI called Delta. And this thing is the most anti-human thing that you work, and he becomes a companion, but it's hilarious. Like, it's all about violence and human inefficiency, and it will berate you while you're playing with it. Like, I'm like, yo, this thing is crazy. So it has a good story with that. I will say it's very combat heavy. Some of the best parts of Starfield, which I feel is the combat, which is, I think you mentioned earlier a lot, zero gravity.
Yeah.
I love that.
Starfield does zero gravity. It warms my heart. They got some stuff like that. Also, I'm a big Wing Commander guy. Wing Commander is one of my favorite EA made it, like one of his favorite like dogfight, space combat, ship-to-ship combat kind of games. I gotta admit, I know Starfield gets a lot. It's very ambitious. It doesn't do everything well. But one thing it does well is ship combat, bro. It is back, and it is back in force, and you can do all the things you can do. And now what they've done is they've onboarded the new mechanic by saying, okay, normally you would grab, jump, and teleport from galaxy to galaxy. When these incursions happen, you have to take these guys out or take out these satellites that are preventing grab jumps and use the cruise mode to locate these. And it's super dope. I'm not going to front. So I've been having a lot of fun with it. The thing that you might like, Brad, is we're Buildcraft guys. And they've introduced this new thing called X-Tech. So anytime you kill an enemy or you find things now, you'll see this X-Tech thing. And the X-Tech is a game changer. So basically, all there's new weapons, whole bunch of new things you could do. But even existing weapons now, let's say you got a gun and it has terrible perks, or you just don't like what it has. If you have X-Tech and you put, and you go to a workbench, you can now have the ability to random roll new abilities, bullets that, create fire,
Okay.
and add extra change the rarity and upgrade, as long as you got the currency and the credits, the X-Tech and the credit. So that's a gauge. I get it. You know me, the build crafting, it hits my sensibility. So I'm like, wow, this is so much fun. And it's a shame that, like I said, the bugs and everything that was going on, because I'm like, this is a really good DLC. So I've been loving it, man. I've been really taking my time. The quality of life is there. And all that other thing is, because remember, the last time I played Starfield was Shattered Space, which is terrible. We don't talk about Shattered Space. Like, Shattered Space was the worst. What I forgot, I haven't played it so long, is that I forgot that now Bethesda has obviously added vehicles, but one of the things I forgot was that they added the quality of life of everything in the game can be changed. So one of the things that a lot of things that people complain about, I got too much weight. Now I'm always encumbered. You can do that. You can minus that, or you can make it where you could just teleport. Basically have access to your ship cargo and offload things as much as you want for free. But if you do that, it's minus 5 experience per, thing that you do. So the way I've been playing now, which is really up my fun level, is I've kind of like made it like a stalker thing lock, where it's kind of like I've added sustenance into the game. So every time I get dehydrated, I have to eat. I've made it a survival game. I've upped the difficulty. I am having a ball. I'm like, this is how Starfield's supposed to be. So you can customize Starfield for people who have not played. That's what this is what us experts guys have beta tested for you. What we have done now is we've allowed you to customize every aspect of the game, and whether you do, depending on how hard or you go with the slider, will give you a plus experience game based on if you're making it harder for yourself, or a minus if you're making it easier for yourself. And it's a series of levers. It's like thousands of them, and it's awesome. And they've added like 2 new companions to the game, and I've been loving it, man. So Starfield, Terran, Armada. The free lanes update is the free part of the game, but adds all the quality of life stuff. The resource menu. Oh my. Thank God for the resource. There's 1,000 planets. You don't know where the hell you went. Oh, yeah, there you go. Now I can favorite it. Okay, finally, things that we should have had. Lord. And the final thing is that it's just still one of the worst onboarding games ever. This game has so many things that I found. I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't know you could do that. I just found that out now. I'm playing Starfield for 2 years. That Starfield is one of them games. It's a guilty pleasure. Is it flawed? Yes. But I admit, as a person who loves sci-fi, loves space, it scratches an itch. And I just hope they continue to put updates with it. And I hope my PlayStation brothers get a nice, solid edition that doesn't break on them. So,
it sounds like it needed more beta testing for that.
Yeah. I don't know how they launched it like that on PlayStation. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Bethesda, coin flip, it feels like if their games will run good or not. At least on consoles like PC. PC was okay when I played it when it first came out. I had problems with it still, but it was okay for the most part. Cog, is this the end of Starfield then?
No. I but I was part of some type of preview event for where they were kind of promoting the whole new update of free lanes. And this was asked of Tim Lamb directly. Like, is this the end? Because people assume, hey, Fallout, the new Elder Scrolls. Right. And they were like, no, they still have more content and more story to tell. So as a Starfield fan, I'm like, okay. I was shocked by that. I thought they were this was gonna be it. Swan song. We did our experiment, we got it out of our system, and now we get back to the main line. But they're still going to be making content for it. So we'll see. Hopefully they do have I would love a true Phantom Liberty kind of, because they definitely they set proper expectation with this. They were like, hey, this is not going to change Starfield so dramatically. This is more, if you like it, you're going to get more of it. But I wonder if they do go the extra mile down the road. I'm very curious about that. But they did some more content, so we'll see what that entails.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what comes for Starfield in the future. Very curious.
Yes, and I can hum again finally.
Yeah, you can finally hum again.
I'm having fun. What can I say?
Good. Yeah, that's great. All right, boys, let's end the show with some write-ins from the audience. If you want to write into the show, I post a thread every Saturday, mostly. If Colin's on the episode, I usually have to post it on a different day because we don't film on Mondays, because we film when he's doing sacred streaming. So we do it on a different day usually. But we post threads for all of our shows on our Patreon. So if you want to write it to any of them, head on over there. Phil G wrote and said, this question is for Cog. Are you jumping into the Expanse or Osiris Reborn beta? I'm a massive Expanse fan, and all the upcoming Mass Effect-like games coming out the next year or so. This one has me the most hopeful since Owlcat has been killing it in recent years. Thanks.
Hell yes. That game blew me away. I'll be honest, like between Maddie is the one that also saw it, I guess, early or something like that. He was telling me, like, oh, I think you gonna like this one. And it kind of stole the thunder from
Exodus.
Yeah. And Exodus I like too. So now I got 2 Mass Effect games coming out next year. And I feel bad for Exodus. I'm like, this so expansive service looking right. So yeah. I'm eating good. Mass Effect fans were eating well. That is on the list. I was just so disappointed. All the sadness was like, I thought I maybe could get this year. And then I wouldn't have, but yeah, they both coming out in 2027.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be checking out Exodus at least.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have a Krogan equivalent though for me to get real hyped. I need a big chunky boy like that.
To get the Krogan, you got to need a Rex.
And let me play as them, dude. In Mass Effect, I always wanted to play as a Krogan. I'm like, let me be the Krogan.
Yeah, that's true. They never let you, and even in the multiplayer, I don't think they let you be.
No.
I can't remember. Yeah.
What about you, Locke? Are you going to check this game out, The Expanse?
Well, I love Owlcat. Owlcat is probably my favorite developer right now because they made Rogue Trader, they make Wrath of the Righteous. They make the best CRPGs that are out right now. However, when they release a game, it needs at least 2 years. Like, they're notoriously bad for games that launch. So, no, I'm not going to get The Expanse in early access. I'm even probably not going to get it at launch because it's not going to be finished at launch. I already know. Rogue Trader has launched in December 2023, if I'm not mistaken. And they're still fixing it right now to this day. We're 3 years later. It's a great game, but it's not finished. They're adding new DLC that takes place in the middle of the game. So, but they make great games, though. Owlcat games are great and fantastic. They released them too soon. And I feel like releasing a game like this in early access is not a smart thing to do. It worked for Baldur's Gate because Baldur's Gate had to do that. They also did that for Divinity Original Sin. But for something like this, I don't think it is the right choice because you're gonna spoil a lot of people and you're gonna take the element of surprise out of it. With Baldur's Gate, it was different because it was a CRPG. And remember, before Baldur's Gate 3, not many people, or a lot of people were into that genre, but it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. So Baldur's Gate 3 had to do that. For this game, I don't think they need to go that route. It can work because player feedback is so important, of course. But I don't know how Owlcat is gonna juggle it. Maybe they expanded their team and it's huge now, and they do have more time, and it is gonna be polished. I don't know. I love The Expanse. I love the books. I love the show. Great stuff. Great universe. Great game. It looks fantastic. Can't wait to play it. But I'll play it in. They say 2027. I'll play it in 2028 when it really releases.
Damn, like you gave me the reality check. I didn't know about them like that. Wow. I didn't. Yeah. Really. Is it? Let me ask you this question. Is it a situation because you kind of put me on to like with Stalker where you were like, hey, wait at the time for that internal update that it really changes the system. How long should I have to wait before the games get together?
The problem, they always get better with it, right? Mm-hmm. So when they first released, Pathfinder was their first game. I keep getting my years messed up, but I think 2018, 2019, maybe 2020, maybe Pathfinder, the first one, completely broken at launch. They launched it, I played it, completely riddled with bugs everywhere. Game-breaking ones, combat ones, everywhere. The combat didn't work, riddled with bugs. Great game. Still a great game. It took 3 years. Game was finished. The sequel came out, and then you could play the first one.
Okay.
Same thing happened to the sequel. Riddled with bugs. Game-breaking ones too. Took a couple of years, and then Rogue Trader came out. Okay, now Wrath of the Righteous is finished. You can play it now. Rogue Trader was in a better state, but still, the first 3 chapters, great. The last 2 chapters, broken, many quests missing. They added DLC. I think they added DLC like half a year ago. It takes place in the middle of the game, so if you had a playthrough, you have to start the game over. It's not it's not an ideal way to do it, I guess. But again, they're a small team. They're learning. Maybe for the expense, I don't know. Maybe they've learned their lesson. Maybe now they have a big team. Maybe this game in early access is a brilliant move. It releases.
They got the Game Pass bag. I think they.
Oh yeah. I think you're right. Yeah. So maybe this one releases in a perfect state. But early access. I don't know. I'm for this type of game. I'm not usually a fan of early access. I think too much fan feedback is also maybe not that great, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm more excited for Exodus because that's a new IP. There's more directions you can go. The Expanse is very grounded, right? Yes. Like no aliens, no bullshit. So I think in Exodus there's more cool stuff you can do.
And I will say, engine wise, I felt Exodus looked better. Yeah. It looked like more of a AAA product.
Yeah, and a more distinct art style, right?
Like, yes, I'll give you that. Yeah. So right. I guess Exodus is back on the menu.
Well, I think they're both going to be great. Like again, because now I saw it negative. I love Arcade Game. They make my favorite games. Rogue Trader is fucking amazing.
Being realistic, being objective.
Yeah, it's just I don't expect a polished game. That's what I mean. Like, and Stalker 2, by the way, is still not finished. They're at update 1.9 now. So.
Since we last talked, they have not added that system that you told me about. That there was
no.
Oh my! How long ago did we do that Summer Side with Stalker?
A year ago.
I was like, yo, this is a game changer. You like, Cog, wait. I'm thinking now is the time that this new update is it. Wow.
In their defense, it's coming. They announced DLC for the summer, and everyone is convinced. Okay, that is coming then. But their big problem now is Metro is coming. So their competition is right around the corner, and the competition looks amazing. So
Metro was outside.
Yeah, exactly. So they better make it count, their engine update and their. But yeah, that game. It's not their fault, or maybe it is. I don't know whose fault it is, but that game should have waited another a year and a half at least before they put it out. They kind of, because now it's kind of dead, right? Like maybe the update will drop and people like me will say, "Oh, play it now, it's cool," but who will listen? Like,
sure,
fair enough.
All right. KB wrote in and said, "Hey gents, rumors are swirling from reliable insiders that a new Uncharted is in the works. On top of that, one of Naughty Dog's game directors posted an Instagram photo that looked very Uncharted-esque with the caption, research. My question is this. If you were at the helm right now, where would you want the franchise to go next? Do you bring Nate out of retirement one more time? Do you do a young Sully prequel, move the story forward with Cassie, or go off the beaten path with someone like Cutter from Uncharted 3? What say you?"
Probably the wrong person to ask.
Have you played all the Uncharted games, or are you not an Uncharted guy?
Well, you have. Cock, you will love them. You haven't played any of them? You don't like them?
I'm weird. I know. I've tried it. That's the only franchise that I'm just like, it does nothing.
The crowd pleaser you don't like?
Have you played only the first one, or have you tried all of them a little?
I played the first one. I played the Vita one.
Golden Abyss. Yeah,
that one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm a Tomb Raider guy. I just that's what it is. It's not that they're terrible game. It just doesn't. And then it was like the constant spawning and stuff like that. It was just certain little things. It was kind of like arcadey to me. But again, I haven't played when the more later iterations. Was it 2 and 3 and stuff like that? I heard those got better. Yeah, tremendously better. I played it early. So for me, I was just like, I never jumped in from the beginning. But in defense of the people who have continued to play, I would play the more recent one. So
4.
The jump from 2 to 1 is like gigantic. Like 1 is what is like
it's like the AC1 to AC2 jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The bundle is you can not on PC, but it is on PS5, right? Like the bundle.
You can play 1 through 4 on PC.
Oh, only 4 in Lost Legacy. I think. I don't think you can play 1, 2, 3.
Maybe.
I'm
actually,
not sure,
you might be correct. Let's just double check though. Uncharted Collection.
Because Cog, the reason I said it is because I think you will love 4 specifically.
Okay. Tell me why. Tell me why I like 4. Tell me.
Well, because it perfects the formula and the story is great. I I know you're a story guy. So
Yes.
for the story in 4 is very wholesome. Is not the right word, but there's also stuff in 2 and 3 that happens that I know you will like as a story guy.
Okay.
1 is very basic, right? Do you like Indiana Jones and the Great Circle?
Love Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Then story-wise, it's kind of comparable.
Okay. Okay.
2, 3, and 4. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but because I had the same feeling you had, because I wasn't a PlayStation guy, and I got a PlayStation 3 specifically for Uncharted 1 and 2. I bought them together, and I played Uncharted 1, and I figured, why is everyone so...
That's how I felt at the time when I had my PS3.
Yeah. And it's funny, because that happened exactly 15 years ago, and then the outage happened, right? So there was nothing else to do. So I figured, okay, well, I'll just play Uncharted 2 as well, and that's when it clicked for me. That's when I was like... Yeah.
Fair enough.
I was like, oh, okay. And then Uncharted 3 which is my favorite one. It's just a set piece. Uncharted 3 is the only game I ever bought and finished in one day.
One day.
One day.
I love it. We've been there. We've all been there before. We know that life.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, Brad, you're also hardcore Uncharted.
Yeah, I like Uncharted a lot. I just looked. Uncharted 1 to 3 are not on PC, so you're right, Locke. Just 4 and Lost Legacy, yeah. The first one when it came out, I remember thinking, "Oh, that was a good time." I had a good time playing it, but it didn't like blow me away. Where I was like, "Oh, I gotta get a PS3 right now to play this," because I borrowed a friend's to play it. But 2 is kind of like the leap where you're like, "Damn." But yeah, 4 is my personal favorite out of all of them. I like 4 a lot, and Lost Legacy is actually pretty damn good too for like a little side game. But yeah, those games are awesome, dude. You should give them another try. Maybe when like whatever 5 or whatever it inevitably becomes does come around, maybe revisit it.
A little revisit.
I think the problem is going to get remedied because I don't think this is a new Uncharted. I think this is a remake.
So then that's better for me to wait.
I don't think so, because I don't think Naughty Dog's into remaking their games.
Well, the reason
I know they did The Last of Us, maybe, so maybe they will. But
the reason I think it's a remake is because of the cannons. They had this guy tweeted out those cannons, and that is from a shot from a deleted scene from the first one. So then it kind of would make sense that and the first one is so old that a remake is. I don't think they're going to do a shot for if it is a remake. I don't think they're going to do a shot for shot remake, but like
they're going to have to add a lot if they remake it, because it's kind of a short game.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
I hope it's a new one. Personally, I would like them to go forward with whatever they're going to do. I understand if they do a remake. I get it.
Yeah.
But
then it has to be Cassie, right? If it's a new one.
Yeah, I mean, it could be Cassie and Drake also. It could be both.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Plays both or something like that. Or, I don't know. Yeah, I assume she'll be in it, though.
It was such a nice, no spoilers, of course, but the fourth one ended in such a nice way. I would kind of wish they would end it there.
It did. It did in a nice way. Yeah, if like that was the end, I'd be like, that's fine.
Yeah. And then just maybe in 10 years, call it, like, do like Tomb Raider, like call it again Uncharted 1 and do something else with another character or something.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Darren Mifsud wrote in and said, "Greetings to Last Stand Media's sexiest trio." Look at that.
Ooh.
I have a question that I need answered by Mr. Lockmore. Gothic 3 is coming to modern consoles. What is your take on this entry? Is it worth a purchase? Thank you guys so much for the content. Gothic 3 specifically.
Ooh, that is a sad one, because Gothic 1 was a good game. Or a great game. Gothic 2 is a masterpiece, and Gothic 3 is mid as hell.
Damn.
Broken beyond belief when it released. It released as the counterpart to Oblivion, if I'm not mistaken. It prided itself on being like a huge open world, but in third person. And you had Gothic 3, you had Oblivion, and you had that other Two Worlds, I think it was called, or Two Worlds 2.
I remember Two Worlds. Wow. I remember that.
Those were the 3 big open world games at the time. But Gothic 3, the foundation of it was really cool. It had a really cool premise, but the gameplay itself and the quests and the writing wasn't good. And it's not a great game. I have to be honest about it. But no, there is no bug. They can't fix it. It is what it is, sadly.
Damn.
I can't recommend that game. But Gothic 2 stands on its own with Gothic 1. So You don't really need Gothic 3. Let's put it that way. Like it's there's also a bunch of other games surrounding it, like Arcadia and stuff. But have you guys ever heard of the game called Ryzen? Ryzen 1 through 3?
I don't think so.
When Gothic 3 got mixed reviews and didn't do all that great, they kind of rebooted Gothic and they just called it Ryzen. And they moved it from like a medieval thing to a tropical island. So Ryzen, this game that is also on PS5, because I saw it in the store at some point, is basically Gothic again from the ground up. So the franchise is, I think the developer doesn't exist anymore. Even Piranha Bytes, I think they're gone, or they have been gone for a while. I think their last game was Elex 2, didn't do great, and then ever since then they've been gone. But yeah, Gothic 3. Have either of you guys ever heard of it? Ever played it?
I mean, I know of Gothic from you and some other stuff. I've never played them.
I'm really curious right now what the score is. I have no idea. I would assume it's like a 6 or maybe even lower. Let me see. Because I remember at the time when it launched. 44. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's the meta score, and the user score is 3.5. That's how bad it is.
Unanimously hated.
Sorry, that was the DLC. The actual the normal game is 63.
Okay,
but still not fantastic, because the other two are great, especially Gothic 2, masterpiece. Well, you'll find out soon, I guess, if you want to play them.
All right, this way up V wrote and said, "Afternoon, gents. Just a quick one for you lads. Are there any games coming out that you're looking forward to that aren't the big ones? Like GTA 6, James Bond First Light, and obviously the best of the bunch, Lego Batman. Something maybe not so much in the spotlight. Cheers, and I hope you have a fun Monday."
Yeah, Star Wars has a turn-based game.
Oh, yeah.
Reactor.
Yeah.
I was doing some research on it, and I was just like, oh, the director is also worked on some of my favorite turn-based games of all time in XCOM, Midnight Suns. And I was looking, I think it was Game Informer did like a kind of like a preview of it. And it sounds amazing. So yeah, that's I forgot what the working title of it, but it's Star Wars. And it looks amazing, and they seem to have a story mode with it. They also have Mass Effect-like choices and production value in a turn-based game. And I'm like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Everyone's learning now. This is what you got to do to sell people into the genre. Just spruce it up a little bit. And apparently, I think the director had said that this was like one of the last conversations he had with Vince Zampella, because Vince Zampella called him up and was like, "Hey, what are you doing? And tell me about this game idea you got, because I want to work with you and come over to, EA and stuff like that." So yeah, that big reactor game from Star Wars, I am all over it.
Yeah. It's called a Zero Company, I think.
Zero Company. Thank you. Oh, day one, I'm there.
Lockmort, what about you?
Blood of the Dawnwalker. I think
was one of mine too. Yep.
That is gonna. At least I hope. All the signs are pointing to it being like a Game of the Year game for me personally. So I can't wait to.
I'm very excited about that. Basically, if anyone doesn't know, it's like Vampire Witcher. Seemingly, it's made by a lot of ex-CD Projekt Red people. Open world, but you have like vampire powers and stuff.
Sick.
If you look at the gameplay, it basically is The Witcher. Right? Like it just plays the same, looks the same.
Yeah, they do like a walkthrough on that one.
Did,
I remember seeing
a while ago.
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. For me, too, The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales. This is a Square Enix game coming out in June. It's a HD 2D game, and it's basically their version of Zelda, where you're going through action combat, shrines you're doing in there, stuff. So I'm fucking in. There was a demo, or there still is a demo, I think, that came out a while ago, and I played it, and I loved it. So I'm looking forward to that game. And of course, I mean, this is a big IP, but Castlevania. Belmont's Curse is one of my most anticipated, so very excited about that.
Did they give it? Are there is there a date for the Castlevania?
No, not yet. I think it's 2026, but other than that, I don't think there's anything else.
Cool.
All right, final writing here from Disgruntled Citizen. Hey, Brad, my question is hey guys, my question is mainly for Brad, but I'd love to hear from Locke and Cog as well. Brad, when you say this certain fan base is annoying. What exactly do you mean? Are you talking more about your experience online, or have you had in-person interactions with certain fan bases like Nier fans, for example, that led to awkward situations or arguments? Or is it more from past experiences with coworkers or people you've known who get overly defensive about certain franchises? Love the show. Appreciate you taking the time to answer. Okay, so for me, with Nier fans, which was funny, I used to make fun of them back in the day, as a Nier fan myself, so don't get it twisted. I thought they were annoying. Yes, in real life, because I did meet some of them. And two is dismissive attitudes of you just don't get it kind of thing. That kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Where I just you don't give me a good example. They're just very blunt and dismissive about their own opinion about it, right? Criticize something and they don't have a rebuttal or anything like that. More of the like, you just don't get it. Or people who constantly talk about it, I guess, and like why it's the best and don't acknowledge flaws. Now, I'm not saying it's not, you could totally love something. I love plenty of things and talk very positively about them, but some people just take it too far with anything, not just video games, with anything. We've all met people like that. I've met people in real life who are like that as well. And I think it's just some people that don't have good social skills, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
Very true. Very true. You ain't lying.
But yeah. You guys have any thoughts on this?
What about you, Locke? Any thoughts on it?
I think right now, Crimson Desert people, including myself, can be very annoying to a lot of people. I think Marathon people can be a little bit annoying too. But I think
there's not a lot of people playing.
all 12 of us.
What all 5,000 of us are doing?
Yeah.
Well, I think for some reason Marathon people are like very dismissive of Overwatch, like Overwatch.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah,
Marathon.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like someone I know.
Yeah, well, maybe a host on this network. I don't know. Maybe a host on Sacred Symbols. Maybe a host who's about to have a baby, and who lives in Pennsylvania.
Chris
is a great guy. That's right, Dustin. If you listen to this, Dustin, fuck you.
Straight up.
No, it's all in good fun, of course, and because the same thing can be said about me. I can be a little bit defensive of Crimson Desert too.
Yeah.
It's like if you have like your new favorite game, of course, people.
I think we're all guilty of this to an extent.
Yeah.
But some people, like I said, just go a little too far.
Yes, I agree. I think for me, as a Destiny fan, clearly I get defensive, but I feel like people seek me out to mess up my joy. And I'm like, it's always the Division guys who I actually don't have a problem with, and the Warframe guys who actually I do have a problem with. The Warframe guys are very obnoxious. They're like, our game, it's free to play. It's the best thing that no one never heard about. And they'll message me. They'll be like, hey, that famous Destiny streamer that was like a big guy? He's playing Warframe. His shadows about Warframe now. I'm like, okay, great, good for them. Like it's funny to me because it's like they clearly have a good game, but it burns their soul that they're not as popular as they feel that they should be. So they take it out on Destiny fans because we've had like that long run, and obviously look like it's over for us now. But we enjoyed one, so it was just I felt like they were watching me with hateful and envious eyes all those years. And now that we finally are down and Bungie's on it, here they come out the woodwork, Brad. Here they come, man. They're messy.
Yeah. Gamers are messy. What can we say?
I like the rivalries, though. If there's like a good, like the rivalry between Call of Duty and Battlefield was fun. I think right now, Overwatch versus Marathon is kind of fun, too. Yeah. I think if there's like a good rivalry between like simulator games that are competing, I think it's fun. But I don't. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please.
I don't think it's fun when you say like, "Oh, I enjoyed this game," and then other people say, "But this game is way better." This other game that's similar. That's like, oh well, fuck off. Like,
I got one for you, Brad. Before we go, how is? I know you're an Overwatch guy, but how was the Marvel Rivals launch days? How that was looking for you? Like, was they being obnoxious? Was they like, yeah, it's over for you now? We got Marvel characters.
With like I mean, I like Overwatch a lot, but in terms of Overwatch, I think Overwatch 2 did like more damage to it than in general. So when what's it called? Marvel Rivals came around, I played it. I didn't really care for it. It's like a different feeling game, but I respect it. But I was kind of happy because it's like competition.
Oh, okay.
And guess what happened? Overwatch got their shit together.
Yeah. So
now they're killing it.
Good point.
Now Marvel's got to get their shit together.
Yeah.
How is that game doing? I haven't played it.
What, Marvel Rivals? Probably pretty well still. I'm sure it is.
They keep dropping content. I know that, but I would agree. I feel like it feels like there's been a little bit of a dip, but I'm not sure.
You know I mean, it's a live service game, so it ebbs and flows, you know.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm just looking at Steam charts right now for Marvel Rivals, and it's 75,000 players, almost 76,000.
Don't do it. You're not allowed to look at Steam charts.
That's
the
here's the thing. I'm not looking at it at one game every day
for
a month, like someone else I know.
Let's have a quick look.
Yeah, take a quick look.
Let's have a quick look. Just for fun. 14K people right now. Yeah.
Oh, not high right now. All right. On that note, gentlemen, we're done. Thank you guys for joining me. I greatly appreciated. Love chatting with both of you.
Yes.
Before we go, though, anything you guys want to shout out, promote, COG? Anything coming up?
I got some stuff coming up, some reviews and stuff like that. Obviously, we did the Forza Horizon 5 preview. 6, excuse me, preview. And then a lot of content, man. The Mouse PI and obviously Pragmata. So it's getting to the point where it's a lot of games that we have to split up because we get so many games to play. Yeah. But I am honestly looking forward to getting off this call so I can actually see if that patch for Replace came out because I'm dying to beat the game. That's all I've been thinking about. It's like Replace. I just want to play, man. And I forgot to lock. You had completed it, or you still on your way with it?
No, I'm in chapter 6, so where you are.
So I've been stuck there for 4 days. So shit. Let me out of this. Please, hacking game work. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it for me. As far as it's just a whole bunch of games and content, more fun stuff. You know, we got planned and stuff we're gonna be covering. And obviously, Summer Game Fest planned in Brad, so we'll get to see you. And I spoke to Sav, even though his schedule is insane, and we're trying to get him on Summon Sign. Maybe we work something out, in person or something, because he will be at his first Summer Game Fest. So
cool, his first one, nice.
Yeah, he'll get the chance to beat him, so that'll be dope.
Sick, hell yeah. Lockmort. What about you? Anything you want to promote, share?
Simon's magazine, of course, I have to do.
Power Unlimited.
If you're about once again, Simon, great guy, fantastic guy. I think great friend too.
Your review's in Dutch, right?
Yeah, I gotta say, of course it's in Dutch. So I figure for this audience, maybe there are 2 or 3 Dutch people that are.
Maybe you can use a translate or something for it. I don't know.
Sure, maybe, yeah. But it's a great magazine. It's been around since the 90s. I remember reading it as a kid, so it's been around forever. And other than that, thank you for having me. This is really fun. I enjoyed this episode a lot. You were awesome.
It was great.
Great
stuff. Cool.
Very fun.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching, listening. We greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next episode. Take care and goodbye. Summon Sign is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Brad Ellis. The show is produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Summon Sign, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we are grateful for your kind contribution and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.